Everybody come see the greatest show. Gather up all juggalos and roll. Everybody come see the greatest show. Gather up all juggalos and roll. Down, Peter, down, get your ass out the way. 'Cause here we come and we stringing this spectacle. Indian sound, we got freak show, freak show. Most people don't like these oddities. Most people would love to have a shot at these. If you think it's too good for us, sideshow freaks, let me know. And I'ma whip smack your cheeks, come on.
Buddies.
Good evening, buddies.
It is the Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron. There's Fez styling and profiling for you.
Hi,
We'll open up the phone lines, 877-692-1027. We will be with you till 11 o'clock tonight. Fezzy and I have only tried to do one thing here at WNEW. That's fly under the radar, Fez. That's the only thing we've ever tried to pull off. Today was our first day of the boss noticing and asking what the hell goes on during your show after Friday night's debacle.
After everything we tried to do to stay out of the way of the management, we become a blip on the radar.
We are a blip on the radar today.
Great. Now we're a blip.
Friday night, Billy Staples, who was actually, I think, cheered on a little bit by some of the other members of the staff, to bring back a bit of his when he was Fat Guy from O&A.
Tried to bring back the days of glory, Ronnie. The days of yore.
Where I guess one time he took Spaz's check and dropped his own deposit on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Spaz had that to deal with. Billy Staples saying that's the greatest fat guy stunt ever.
Right. So he does it Friday night to Al Dukes. And basically they both ended up in the boss's office today. Fez and I get in here, no Billy Staples tonight.
Yeah, Billy Staples nowhere to be found. We do not have our normal drunk on the phones. So we're a man down with Billy Staples missing in action.
Oh, do you think we can go on?
Somehow we will carry on, my friend.
All right, so if you missed this Friday night, and make sure I don't get dumped out or I know what I'm getting dumped out for, because we got 25 dumps Friday night, which is just ridiculous.
That should never happen.
And then, you know, before the show tonight, I look up, there's the dump guy trying to hang around in our office, like we're up house.
Yeah, like you're welcome there, Mr. 25.
So, basically, it was a very strange night. Billy had taken the microphone. Al didn't know any of this stuff was happening. Taken the microphone into the bathroom.
I wasn't sure what he was doing. He just kept saying it was going to be a great fat guy stunt, something he was known for. I had no idea this is what he meant. And then he was in the studio, arms crossed across his chest, and he goes, "I will now leave and get ready." And I had no idea what that meant. I thought he was going to come in a costume change or something. What he was doing was he's heading to the bathroom with Al Duke's paycheck and a microphone.
All right, so here's the first clip when Al finds out that his paycheck is under the toilet that Billy's sitting on. Uh-oh, there goes Al. There goes Al. He's storming
Al is going... Oh, the bathroom door. Al is punching the bathroom door. Hello?
Hey, Al, someone's in there.
Somebody's in here. Somebody's in here.
Hello?
What'd you do to him?
Who's that bald prick knocking at my door? I can't, I'm busy. I'm going to the bathroom. Can I get some peace and quiet, please?
People don't bother you when you're going in your pants.
Al, come back in here. What?
Get him out of there. That's Al out in the hallway, right outside the bathroom door, saying, "Get him out of there."
Now, you can tell at the time how concerned Fez and I were. We were repulsed. We wanted this thing to stop immediately.
I was aghast.
So, what happens then? And I think if it would have ended at that point, Jeremy would have had no problem. And it wouldn't really have been any of his business. Now, he probably would have said, you can't do that to each other's checks. But at the same time, I don't think he would have stepped in. That's just my own belief. But what happened next is where everything started to go bad. Because Billy brought the check in that was soiled. A soiled check that was so disgusting. And we had all these drunk girls in here with us. They're drinking. You know, it's a whacked-out Friday show. And Al starts to bum rush him, and to me it looked like he tried to push the check on Billy, and then Billy took the check and rubbed it on Al.
Yeah, weird situation where Al, wants his check, but doesn't want it stained and dripping wet with toilet water. And then Al doesn't want Billy coming near him with it, but wants to put it on Billy.
Right. All right, so here's what happens when Billy shows up with the check, and somewhere in the middle of all that, he rubs it on Al.
So there's Billy Staples emerging from the bathroom and coming into the studio.
Fouls don't fit!
It's on his check!
Go, Billy, go!
Oh, he ran in here. He tried to give it back to you, Al.
He's got a rubber glove.
He tried to give it back to you.
Oh.
I almost threw up.
He's back again! He's back again!
Over here. Come on.
Hey there, Albert!
No. Watch it, Al. Come on, don't start.
Watch out for Rachel.
Don't
Watch
start.
out for Rachel.
Stop it.
Oh, man. Oh, it's on it.
Stop it, Rory.
Oh, my God. Al, Ronnie, could you take the mic out there for me?
Billy, you fat...
Oh. All right, we can't say that.
Alive.
We can't say that. All right.
The girls were calling us Jerry Springer because it did get ugly. But in the middle of it all, and I was saying stop. I could hear me saying stop.
Yes.
In the middle of Fez's screeches and screams.
It was so gross,
Ronnie. It was grotesque.
He put that check right on him.
And Al was going after Billy, and Rory gave a tackle. Always trying to break things up. That was sick.
So, yeah, and Al drops the fat F-bomb.
Right, you fat F.
As he's trying to go after... He's already got his check wiped on him now. So Al takes that and goes after Billy, goes after him into the green room again.
All right, people are saying, how did, on the instant feedback, how did Billy ever get Al's check? Well, the checks just sit down in a big mailbox. All of our checks sit together. We don't normally worry about someone dropping a log on our checks.
You probably shouldn't have to worry about that.
I think, if maybe they were preschool checks, I would worry.
But
since we're all adults...
There's big open mail slots, and everybody's stuff for the show goes in the same slot.
All right, now, Al was just freaking out. We'll play the next thing. And this is Al just losing it. And I don't blame him for being mad. But,
All right, here's Al Duke's response to what happened.
Al, that check, you can still cash it.
No, I can't cash it, and then he wiped it on my arm.
All right, that's bad.
And then Al chased Billy back out to the green room. That's when the fat F word came out.
Shot 16.
Shot 16. Keep drinking, girls. Fezzy, he actually just yelled at him, nice health violation.
Seriously, they don't stand for that here. No, it's ridiculous.
That's not usually what you yell.
They will not stand for that here. Who do you know from the health code?
It's a business. This is still a business.
Okay, do you realize we had pig intestines and ox schlong in here earlier? Do you realize that?
I know.
Sick. Now, Al, that's disgusting.
It is disgusting. And it's in the room now, too.
There you go there.
So we're trying to have a nice power hour.
Right, we're trying to get these Jersey girls drunk off their ass, which took no time at all.
Very shortest power hour ever.
That looked like the Goodfellas' wives in here that night. They were some tough girls. So in the middle of it all, one of the girls says, why didn't he just rub it on me? And was digging it. All right, here is Al when he couldn't take it. Now, had he already left for this?
Yeah, at this point he had locked himself in our office.
Right. He no longer...
And was phoning in to the show.
All right, here we are.
I was just giving you a call. I've had it with the show. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Every week it's something else, but you don't do what you did, especially to your supervisor, which I am to Billy,
all right,
and expect to get away with it,
All right, you said you had it with the show?
I've had it with the show, that's right.
You're done with the show?
This is what I'm doing. I just sent an email to management, and of course I'm going to talk to them first thing Monday, and if they don't respond, right away, what I find to be right away, then I'll call a lawyer.
All right, that's when it seemed like Al started to get on top of his game there.
Oh, started really thinking things out.
Right.
3, 4, 5 steps ahead.
Leverage was his at this point when we started hearing, oh, you're calling the bosses or a lawyer.
Right.
That's the only time we went, hey, call the boss. What's the problem? Give the boss a call.
So according to that, Al had already fired off, I'm sure, a scathing email like he's known to do.
And that's when Fez and I started to say to Billy, hey, you never were told to do that, right? You know, we start to watch our own asses.
That is true, though, Ronnie.
Billy, you went a little too far there. Well, I knew he was doing my wildest dreams that he was wiping on Al.
So, and then Al had one more allegation while he was on the phone.
Okay.
And under something that a lot of people wouldn't even think it should fit under, which is sexual harassment. Everybody laughs. I'm telling you, don't even know what's covered under that.
Okay, the mocking probably didn't help at that point.
Now, unlike other people on the show, I do have sex, and I've never rubbed a crappy paycheck on anybody.
And you've done some things.
Yeah, I've done some sick things.
So that's the situation.
So I don't know how that's sexual harassment.
Unless
Isn't it just enough to say he rubbed his crap on me without acting like it was sexual? Like Billy had a hard on doing it?
I know. Maybe if Billy was nude while he was doing it, or he tried to pull Al's top down and do it.
Yeah.
Maybe that way. But I don't understand it just in that context.
Maybe because Al always has S on his D and he considers that sex.
Hey, Rob, you're on Round of Fez.
Hello,
Hey,
Rob.
What's up, guys? Yeah, I was there on Friday night. I was the guy that brought the stuff to alleviate the smell.
Oh, yeah, right. You brought in that police deodorizer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fat lot of good it did.
In the meantime, we just dug up our whole rug today.
I know the carpet's now gone.
Well, I was kind of sitting, hanging on the edge of the couch in the green room, one of the couches, when Al comes storming out of the studio. And everyone trying to hold Al back from getting the Billy. Al ends up knocking me over the side of the couch. I banged my head on the coffee table. God knows what I landed in because the carpet was stained with crap.
Ew.
Telling you, it was a lot better in person than now hearing it on the radio.
Well, thank you very much. That's really good for us since we do a radio show.
Hey, guys.
But, I mean, it really was... all right, thanks. All right, so they dumped Dumpy Boy dumped so far on one thing about the direct deposit on the check. But everyone knows exactly what happened there. All right, let me just check with the guys here before we talk with Al. In all honesty, I'll go to Rory first. Rory, if you were the boss, whose side would you pick?
Definitely Billy.
Really?
Without a doubt, yeah.
Because you thought that Al couldn't take a joke? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we're in radio, we're here to entertain, and that's, it was humorous.
All right, but
that's entertainment?
You don't think it went too far?
No.
All right, let me check with Joe.
That's entertainment.
Joe.
Billy's a goddamn genius.
All right, I don't get that. I
doubt if you people are going to make it in management.
I only hope for Billy's case there's a jury trial. All right, Hawk, let me check with the Hawk.
All right, bring
Hawk fact.
Wow.
Hawk, whose side you were?
Definitely go with Billy.
All right.
Billy.
That's
unanimous. Thank God this isn't a jury of Al's peers. Because his peers are all picking Billy.
Yeah, Billy! Billy's number one! Yeah!
No, Billy's number 2.
And at this point, we have no Billy Staples.
Billy apparently left here in a fit of anger during his meeting with Al and the boss today. Al, that helps. It's not like Letterman's walking out. We all got to go chasing him here at CBS.
I know. Did anyone
Billy.
run after Billy and try to stop the elevator? Do not push that button, Billy Staples.
We need you.
Come back. Shame.
All right, with him gone, who's going to be dropping mud on check stuff? Somebody's got to.
I'll do it.
All right, we might have a fill-in. No, we don't need him at all.
Someone's got to pick up the slack.
All right, Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah, Ron and Fez, you guys set the tone for the show, and I thought that was really decadent radio.
It was awful.
And you guys are partly responsible for this.
I do agree. By partly, you're saying, Fez, yes.
What?
And I'm willing to say that to management. I'm willing to say, you were a little bit responsible with all the happiness.
Do not call Mr. Coleman.
And
I heard you laughing, and you heard me. Stop. You heard that, didn't you, Jim? Stop.
That was nervous laughter.
I think that type of humor appeals to people like Justin Volpe and that ilk of the society. And if that's
I know you're not going to blame that on us.
You want to get,
but you're not going to blame that on us, sorry, Jim.
No, but it's.
Here's the thing.
The sad thing is, you just made me give the international sign for Justin Volpe.
All right, Jim. You did hear that it was a bit that got carried out of, got carried far away.
Yes, but I think it got carried out because you guys incited the carrying out.
All right, by you guys, do you mean Fez?
Both of you guys.
Quit dragging me into this. I was the winning party.
Fez, why should both of us go down?
You know, it was not creative radio that I'm used to hearing from your station.
I know. You know what? I agree with you 100%. We never thought it was going to happen. It wasn't like Fez and I were driving this thing once it left, though. You know, the rocket takes off, and then it's out of our control.
Sure.
Well, I think you owe a big apology here.
To who?
Who do you think you owe the apology to?
The listeners?
Sorry, listeners.
Listeners?
Justin Volpe.
Sorry, Mr. Volpe.
All right. Thank you very much, Jim.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm sorry we let you down.
Okay. I hope you can change things around and keep high standards.
We're going to try to do better.
That's going to be our new thing.
Higher standards.
If someone ate the check, would you be happy?
All right, Joe.
You think you should take Al out to dinner or treat him out or get him a nice gift or something?
Get him a new check.
We ought to get him one of those soap baskets that they give people.
Those are nice.
All right. Well, you know what? I mean, I got to tell you the truth, Fez. If I was listening to that show, I wouldn't be happy with it. You and I, we attempt to put on a witty show.
That's a good point. And here's the thing. It was so gross in here to begin with, from the 55-gallon drum challenge.
Yeah, it was a, you know what? And we wouldn't even have done the show if it wasn't for Rory. Because I got here, my head was throbbing. You know, I have no throat now, and I'm wondering if that's from all the stuff, all the chemicals that were in here to try to get the stink away.
I guarantee it is.
Well, the only thing is nobody else is sick with that.
Yeah, I could act sick when we go. When we have to end up going into a meeting because of Al's situation, we could say, well, your chemicals almost ruined our voices.
Fezzy, you're taking the bullet for this one, because Billy's always been your boy.
When? Since when?
Fez and Billy.
I hate him. I always have. I've never cared for Billy, and everyone knows that.
All right. Here's
I wish he'd drink again.
He does. He just doesn't do it here. I guarantee he's drinking tonight.
Oh, he's tossed.
Yeah. How you doing, Dan?
Hey, guys. 1547?
Hoo-ah!
Thank you. Hey, isn't All Fair, Love and War in the studio? Isn't that the reason you guys can kind of get away with all the things with the chicks and yada, yada, yada?
Yeah, that's true.
Like
that
on
part
air
is
type
true.
of thing. Maybe he's got an easy out with this.
Right. Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. That's a good point, Fezzy. That guy should be our lawyer.
We'd like to bring in Dan, Lawyer Dan.
That if a girl comes in here and you go, hey, why don't you show your breasts, which we never do, but some shows do that. And she goes, no, I don't want to. And you go, come on. And she finally does it. She can't say that you sexually harassed her because she's in the studio.
Yeah.
She knows where she came.
She's entered the arena.
And like I told Al, anytime you come in here, you can end up with mud on your check.
You did say that to him?
No.
Oh, damn.
After the fact.
Damn. That would have been good to have.
Believe me, when I'm telling you, Fez, this is your baby. I wish you all the best luck with it.
I'll tell you what, I'm getting the rest of the guys to sign check money forms. Just to realize you're in an environment where that could happen.
That horse is a mudder. Hey, Randy, you're on Run Fez.
What's up, guys? Big S Card 307 here.
Hoo-ah!
Yo, this is a classic case of sexual harassment where I work. The zoo.
That is true.
You guys rock. The zoo!
I know, at the zoo, you tell people don't get too close to the monkey bars.
Yeah.
And much like a monkey, Billy doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, he'd toss it if we let him.
He's an animal. Let's face that.
I hate him. I just hate him. I always have. I've never cared for him.
Tom, you're on Run Fez.
What's up, Ronnie? What's up, handsome Fez?
Thank you, Tom. What can we do for you?
Big S 8394.
Hoo-ah!
One day I'm going to tune in on Monday, and it's going to be Friday. Al killed like 5 people in the studio. You guys are going to push that guy over the edge one day. I hate Billy Staples, and what he did, man, it was so disgusting. I don't know how Al doesn't punch that guy in his face.
Well, he attempted
to. If Al ever went to prison, he would be raped immediately. Even if he tried to, he should go to his house and beat the hell out of him. Even if he can't, you should hit him with a brick. I don't understand how, like, letting people... I literally think, like, he could be gang raped by men in the park across the street because he would not defend himself. I don't know how the hell the guy does it.
All right.
I don't know how he does it either.
Tom, I'm looking out the window. Al's headed across the street to the park.
I think and roll a bottle of vodka down the road and Billy will chase it. Right up.
Wow.
I bet if we go in that bathroom right now and pick up the lid to the toilet, Billy's got a bottle hidden in there.
Hey, Tommy, you're on Run of Fez.
How you doing, boys?
Hey, Tommy.
I mean, I feel really bad for Al because Staples crossed the line on so many levels. Took another man's check, opened up that envelope, did what he did in that bathroom, only because he knew Al wouldn't do anything.
Right.
Billy Staples is a big bully. I would love to come down there and beat the crap out of Staples. You don't do that to a guy you know is going to do nothing about it.
See, that's the point. That is a good point. If he would have done that to Hawk would have put an ice pick in his eyeball. Because when it's Friday, it's your check day, that money's already spent.
Yeah, Hawk needs his drinking money.
Hawk has to get that check to the bank as quick as he can before all his stuff starts disappearing.
A couple of years ago, a guy tried to screw around with my paycheck, and I'm going to clean this up. It was a fake, but they pretended to have man juice on it.
Oh,
if I can say that.
Yeah, where do you work?
No, this was a couple years ago. I'm in a different job now.
But what kind of job was that they would man juice on you?
It was like a music factory. We were making guitars and musical equipment.
Okay.
Nice. So it was a joke, but I didn't know about it. So when I get the check and I feel this slimy stuff on my check, I punched the guy in the jaw and broke his jaw.
Good.
Now, I would love to come down and break Staples' jaw because I feel bad for Al because this is a guy that, he's not going to do anything about it and
that's the
picking
problem.
on him.
Yeah. Well, apparently he did get the boss to side with him today. We'll have to find out all the details. Thanks a lot, Tom.
I tried to check with Al earlier, but he said he would have accepted the man juice check. The thing Billy did, he's totally against. The man juice check, he would have had no problem with.
I say, Fezzy, it's this kind of teasing that you do that one of the guys is going to take that thing and spunk on his check next week.
Trust me, no one could get turned on looking at Al's check.
Hey, Ed, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, Ed.
Hey, anything doesn't go in the studio. Could Billy Staples be the next Psycho Mark?
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely could.
That could be a situation.
There's no doubt about that.
Anything does not go in the studio.
Well, with Psycho Mark, that was in the GM's office.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. That was Billy Staples was in the toilet.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm saying, you do something to the boss, you're going to get after. I don't know what kind of heat. But, I mean, this is one of those types of situations, and it always happened to you in school, like if somebody got their chair pulled out on them, whatever. When you try to explain later, it was a joke, I pulled his chair out, and that way when he fell, his tailbone shattered. And you attempt to tell that like it's an amusing story, and you look like Charlie Manson at the time.
Yeah, no one's going to laugh along with you at that point, when the other kids get loaded into an ambulance outside the school.
Hey, John, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey,
John.
Fez.
Yeah.
Did Billy get suspended?
I don't think it's suspended. I know he's out of here tonight, but I don't think it's a matter of suspension. I don't know the permanent thing. I haven't had a chance to talk to Jeremy yet. I think it's all out there. But I don't know whether Billy's not here because of his feelings or the boss's.
He's emotional. He probably started screaming in that office.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, that's true.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
I was just a bit.
That's a good impression.
This is all the boss heard. Finally, Jeremy tried to calm him down by saying...
Billy takes around the house.
And that helped him out a little. All right.
Billy has a way of always portraying himself as the victim.
Sure.
Even if something's his fault, he could try to turn it around.
Believe me. All right, here's Joe Pooh's sister, Colleen. How you doing, Colleen?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, honey. Hello.
I just have a comment to make.
Yeah.
I don't like Al Dukes at all anyway, but that was totally disgusting what Billy did. I would beat the crap out of him if I was Al.
All right, Joe, your sister calls up and picks the other side from you?
What are you doing? You're supposed to be on my side always.
I don't like Al at all because he sounds like such a wimp on the radio.
Right.
But that is so, disgusting. I would...
And this is Colleen Poo, Joe Poo's sister, who has seen every disgusting thing on the planet, I'm sure.
Right.
From toenail collections to everything.
Now, what would Joe always do to your bed when you weren't around?
Nothing.
Well, that's not what he told us.
It's going to have to change. I guess I'm going to have to go home and wipe some mud on your pillow.
Oh! He told us he would wipe on your pillow So when you laid down at night, you were laying in it.
She would complain about the smell, and I would just tell her it was her breast roll.
Now, all right, what if, Colleen, what if your cousin, Tara Lipinski, did this to your check?
Yeah, and then just skated away, happy as could be.
What would you do? You'd end up in the penalty box, wouldn't you?
I guess.
You'd try to pull her shirt up over her head so you could
No, but if I was
fighting her.
If I was Al in this whole situation, I would pull Billy's pants down and crap on him.
Classy.
Hey, do it to me.
Hey, how's that Bayonne charm school working for you? Someone just honked at her to get out of the way.
That's the fruit truck. She's got to go picking tomorrow. So your way of dealing with this would be to yank whose pants down, Bill? You can't say these things.
Yeah, I don't think those things are going out. So what part of... I'm not even going to ask. Why would you pull his pants down to do it?
She's giving him...
Because I would humiliate him like he humiliated
That ain't
me.
gonna... Some guys are into that, honey. Don't do that to get even.
Honey, that's never revenge.
I'm saying if
from
I
a
was
nice girl
Al
like
in that
you.
situation.
You're not performing sex acts on my coworkers.
All right, we got to take a break here. When we come back, we'll talk to Al. But let's just play that other part again. I guess where he was really freaking. That was my favorite part, I think. Al Dukes, we'll find out what happened in the meeting today.
Right.
And all we know is Billy's not here tonight.
All right, here's Al Dukes again. Just losing it.
Al, that check, you can still cash it.
No, I can't cash it, and then he wiped it on my arm.
All right, that's bad.
And then Al chased Billy back out to the green room. That's when the fat F word came out.
Shot 16.
Shot 16. Keep drinking, girls. Fezzy, he actually just yelled at him, nice health violation.
Seriously, they don't stand for that here. No, it's ridiculous.
That's not usually what you yell.
They will not stand for that here. Who do you know from the health code?
It's a business. This is still a business.
Okay, do you realize we had pig intestines and ox schlong in here earlier? Do you realize that?
I know.
Sick. Now, I'm Al. That's disgusting.
It is disgusting. And it's in the room now, too.
Ron and Fez. 102.7 WNEW.
To tell you about the grand opening of New York Health and Racquet Club's 8th and largest location at 23rd and 6th in Chelsea, here's Joe Poo.
Join at any HRC location during March at a very special grand opening prices. Pay as you go, no long-term contract plans. At New York Health and Racquet Club, enjoy impeccably maintained indoor pools, steam rooms, oversized Turkish rock saunas, and soothing mineral whirlpool baths. Enjoy the most innovative exercise classes in the industry, including fencing, ballet, and even ballroom dancing, where you'll master the foxtrot, waltz, rumba, cha-cha, and swing. Don't wait. Go to any of HRC's 8 conveniently located full-service facilities, uptown, downtown, East Side Village, and visit HRC's brand new 40,000-square-foot Super Club at 23rd and 6th in Chelsea. Get to New York Health and Racquet Club today and experience why HRC is consistently voted Manhattan's best health club. Call 1-800-HRC-BEST. That's 1-800-HRC-BEST. Or log on to hrcbest.com today.
Take a breath.
Ron and Fez. Frequency 102.7 WNEW.
On a Tuesday, we're back. We're Ron and Fez.
All right, let's bring Al Dukes into the room tonight. Into the studio. How you doing, Albert?
Pretty good.
Fez, be careful with that song. You'll end up in the boss's office.
I don't know how that happens.
You can't come popping in here as gay as a cricket.
Is that Jeremy that said that?
I believe so. That was from the meeting earlier.
All right, Al. What exactly happened in the meeting with you and Billy Staples?
Me and Billy...
Did we clean up the misunderstanding on your shirt?
Not really. I met with Jeremy, and Billy was in there also. And Billy was just very unprofessional during the meeting.
No.
Yeah.
Billy?
He was like really not listening. And
did he drop a log on Jeremy's desk?
No, he didn't do that, but he did his typical, rolling of the eyes.
He feels like you are attacking him now, that he was trying to do a comedy bit. And I mean, I'm not here to speak for him. But you know he's going through a lot of stuff in his life.
Yes, he is. So, I mean, he should have thought of that before he decided to do what he did.
So, what's going on with Billy now that Billy's gone?
Well, he was sent home. And Jeremy doesn't know exactly what he's going to do about it as of right now. Doesn't know if he could even be here anymore.
Why don't they fire both of you? I think the only way out of this is to fire both of you.
You're King Solomon, my friend.
Thank you.
So why?
And you are King Kong Bundy.
Thank you. Wait a minute.
Seriously, you are.
You think so?
Yes.
You elbow one midget.
All right, so today the crap hit the fan.
And Billy Staples is not here.
No, he's not.
All right, so now we're down a guy. Does anyone take into consideration Ron and Fez?
Where are we going to get a drunk guy to run our phones?
I mean, anybody really here can run the phones. So that part's not a big deal.
Who you got on it now? You got one of the interns?
Yes, I do.
So stupid. Pat, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Pat.
What's up, boys?
Yeah.
Hey, how's Billy's manager going to spin this one? Can you see it in page 6? Drunken, fat, radio personality's career turns to S. Take care, boys.
All right, see ya.
Guess who had a crappy time at work?
All right, here's...
So it sounds like nothing got settled.
Nothing got settled. I think if I know Jeremy, he just wants everybody to cool out. Do you have a lawyer now, Al?
I do not, because management here is taking this very seriously.
Management. It's Jeremy. Why do you keep calling him management?
He's not a floor. He's a person.
Was Ken at the meeting?
No, Ken was not.
All right, then you're nobody. Let's face that. If Ken's not at the meeting, you're nobody.
Ken Stevens, the GM, didn't come in for this very important meeting.
I know, because Ken's never at my meetings. Hey, George, you're around Fez.
Hi, George.
Hey, Ron and Fez, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
You guys kind of let me down today, man.
Why not?
You're backpedaling on me. I mean, Billy didn't go too far. Bottom line is, Al's a B.I.itch, and now he got his skirt pulled up, and now, he wants to cry. He's like the guys in grade school. They get, pants, or they get a wedgie, and, they're too much of a wuss. They can't do anything about it, so then they run, and they run to the authorities. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was actually pretty good radio.
It was probably up until he rubbed the crap on Al.
Man, but
that's when Al really started crying.
If we have to start drawing lines around here, that might have been one.
No, the line should have been drawn. If he smeared it on his forehead, wrote his name in the poo, that would have been drawing the line. But it wasn't too bad. I'll just be, go some cojones there.
All right, thank you, George. All right, people are pretty much split on this.
Al Duke's upset. Had his meeting today with management. That means Jeremy. Billy Staples was in on that meeting, and now Billy Staples not here tonight.
You're saying Billy didn't handle himself very well?
No. A lot of rolling of the eyes.
I'll tell you, when I try to tell Billy things, it's the same thing, though. But I get it from Joe as well. If I try to tell him something, forget it. If I tell him one thing, I don't get anything out of him for the rest of the night.
Talking to cinder blocks.
Joe, last night I asked you to take over because my throat was killing me. I got nothing out of you.
You didn't say 2 words.
Then you go in the other room and smoke for 3 hours. Because I hurt your feelings. Somebody ought to rub something on you.
What? Your sister ought to do it.
That's hot.
Just for revenge.
All right, you know what we ought to do is go outside and find one like a judge, like a people's court type thing. Would you be willing to do something like that? What do they call that? Like when a mediator.
Okay.
All right. What do you say we get a mediator? All right. Here's somebody who'll do it. Hi, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, Jobber.
It's the Jobber.
How you doing, Jobber?
I'm all right. Well, listen. Billy, he's killing his own bit. He did the same thing to Spaz for Opie and Anthony like 2 years.
Right.
He thinks he could do the same thing to Al Dukes.
The beauty there was Spaz quit. Where here, it looks like Billy's out.
I won't be surprised. The next thing you know, Al's just has a little surprise for Billy in his face. You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah, I know.
Jobber, you're wise. How would you mediate this?
You know what? I'll just fire both the faggots. That's how I would solve this problem.
No, that does not benefit me.
Listen, Al, don't get wise with the Jobber, all right?
He's the mediator. You selected, Al.
All right, thanks a lot, Jobber.
Later, guy.
Later, Jobber.
We do have on tape of you quitting the show.
No, I told you what I said was that if management did not handle it...
You said you're done with the show. You've had it with the show.
Right. But management is handling it. It's a legal issue now within the corporation.
It's not a legal issue.
It's a corporate matter.
You just said there was no lawyers involved.
No, Jeremy has consulted the legal department at Infinity.
Who's that, Black Girl? Or Pete Johnson?
No, it's the lawyers that
or
they
that
have.
hipster, Pete Johnson.
Black Girl is our assistant fire marshal here. That is it. He's the one who's supposed to tell everyone to leave.
Help! Fire! Fire! Help!
In case there's smoke in the building.
Or if a hydrant needs opening.
I don't even know who our shop steward is.
Me.
Great.
Hey, Patrick, you're on a Fez.
Hey, Patrick.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
this is the fault of payroll. Fact of the matter is, why didn't he have automatic check deposit?
I think Billy had it.
So that's your fault, Al. If you would have had automatic deposit, this wouldn't have mattered to you.
No, that
And
has
you know
nothing to
that's
do with
offered here by management to their employees.
And the legal department.
Mm-hmm. I think you ought to bring Cecilia up on charges.
Management. Just call him Jeremy from now on.
Please.
And stop acting like you work for the Pentagon. Hey, Jason. Jason, you're on Run of Fez.
Hello, Jason.
Hey, guys. Al Dukes, how in the hell do you think this helps the show? Why do you have a grudge against Billy Staples? He has more personality than you'll ever have, man. He lasts more than 5 pumps. He's a large character on the show. You're screwing up the show by getting rid of Staples.
That's a good point. How are you helping the show by getting rid of Staples?
There's no reasoning behind this.
If you don't draw the line here, I mean, what is he or anybody else on the show going to do next? I mean, it just gets worse.
I say you draw it here.
Al.
And say you can't let them puke on you or have diarrhea.
Al, compare
Diarrhea
yourself...
would be worse. Because I was trying to think of what actually could be.
Compare yourself to Billy Staples. Who does more for the show?
I do.
Billy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Billy
do
just
we get any good drunk sound clips from you?
That's
do we?
true.
Price of sound clips.
Here's the only...
I'm gay.
This is against this?
I'm gay.
Against this.
Yeah, but once Al Dukes is gone, that I'm gay is out the door. That Billy Staples clip is forever
Yeah,
not
that's
needed.
true. All right, thank you very much.
Bye.
True. Thank you.
Hey,
now, did the amount of pumps come up during that meeting? Who could sustain longer?
No, I mean, it was a very serious meeting.
I'm sorry.
Billy had more pushes than you have pumps.
Well, that's because he needs more bran in his diet.
He really does. For someone who's stapled.
I learned that the other day.
That man gets in a lot of blocks of cheese down his gullet.
Well, he's eating soft cheese. And apparently that's easy.
You know, he tries to tell us that. I'm not buying it. He's getting bound up.
Al.
Yeah.
What can we do for you?
Yeah, hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah.
Listen, I worked for a company where we had a similar problem like that, and I'll tell you how they handle it. Well, you know, I'll just use Al and this guy Billy as a, you know.
Where do you work? The crap factory?
Yeah, mud, right? So no, here's the thing. Al, he's a manager, right? So he should have been able to know how to handle himself. That's for one, right? Billy, I would have given him like 3 weeks suspension, and Al at least a week. And on the way back, I would have talked to both of them, just to, you know, calm things down and just lay down the rule. That's how managers handle it. And Al's got to realize that, you know, that's a comedy show too, you know. So
yeah, that's true.
If he doesn't want to be any part of it, he should just stay out of it. Right?
Supposedly Lucille Ball got mad every time Ricky dropped one on her. All right, here's...
One time they had to suspend Fred Mertz.
IKEA Boy writes in, a serious corporate meeting about poo. If that isn't surreal, what is?
Good observation.
Hey, Mike. Mike, you're on a Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Mike.
Yo.
Go ahead, Mike.
What's going on? I'll tell you, you know, I mean, I got to say, the greatest thing that I ever heard was Al Dukes getting the crap beat out of him. Yeah. Every time he comes on, it's just like an irritation factor. And, I mean, you know, Al, grow up, dude. Take a joke. You know, I mean, I guarantee you were the guy in gym class everybody threw the volleyball at, weren't you?
Why can't you laugh at the fact that he rubbed something on you?
Look, I laugh at this show every single night.
When? Let's hear you laugh now.
No, I mean, when I'm outside.
I've never heard you laugh.
I laugh at the show. I mean...
Let's hear you laugh.
I just go...
It's awful.
No, but I mean, if it's genuine, that's just to do it here. But I mean, I laugh normal.
All right, I want to make an announcement. I'm 10 times more sick than anyone's ever been in history.
Really?
And I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, my gosh.
No human has been at least 10% of the sick that I am tonight.
Now Al's laughing.
Oh, that's funny?
No, I'm not laughing at that.
Not even Ebola victims?
No.
Really?
I'm sicker. I'm sicker than an Ebola victim. I wish I had Ebola right now.
Black plague people.
Psh, nothing.
Huh. That's sick.
Yeah, that's sick.
E.T. when he died, and then they actually came back.
Well, they came and put a tent over my house like that.
No way.
An E.T. tent.
One of those cool tunnels that you go through?
Fezzy, I'll be right here.
That's good to know. I like that.
So I'm dying. Whatever. All right, let's get back to your problems, Al.
Now, Al...
Let's drop this thing with Billy and start fresh.
Now, Billy...
No more of this.
You told us Billy's been sent home. Al, how are we supposed to do without the fat guy? Who's become such a big part of the show since last Friday.
Please.
A staple of the show.
We'll be fine.
I mean, Billy...
I can't go a week without having the fat guy.
Billy has the cushiest job here. He just answers the telephones. I mean...
What about your job? You're counting Tic Tacs for us all night.
Billy doesn't have to worry about different flavors. He just answers one phone. Al has dozens of Tic Tacs.
Hey, Tony. Tony around Fez.
Hello, Tony.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
You know, I've never been one to stick up for Al Dukes, but this is probably the best thing that's happened to this show. Billy Staples has no talent. You could go outside and find a drunk any day of the week to replace him.
I never thought of that, a drunk talent search.
I mean, and half of your listeners can qualify for that job, and they could certainly answer the phones a lot better than that fat drunk.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so if Billy's gone, people are saying somehow we'll manage to move on. This is the last thing Jeremy said to Billy Staples.
That Billy, get the hell out of here! That Billy, get the hell out of here!
And then he heard...
Oh, yes, it's shaved.
I don't know why Jeremy said that, though.
Jeremy ought to keep that to himself.
That's sexual harassment.
It is.
Really is.
Oh, yes, it's shaved.
Why say that?
That doesn't seem like Jeremy was being very professional.
No.
877-692-1027.
You know, we look into all this stuff out, and we're going to move on and start doing the actual show. Again. And by the way, Fez and I never got to see the lights last night.
No, Talk about the Towers of Light for 4 hours. Here and everyone else get to see them, and how far away they got to see them. We leave, and they're turned off.
What time did they get turned off last night?
They're supposed to get turned off at 11, and I know we were out of here before 11.
Maybe what we'll try to do tonight is run a couple of long bits into a song and get out of here early.
All right, because I want to see Towers of Light. I felt very dejected last night.
Yeah.
After hearing everyone else talk about them.
How beautiful.
How beautiful, how moving, and then we get ripped off.
I don't take it as a rip-off, but we didn't miss it.
I felt left out.
Hey, Anthony, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey,
Hi, Anthony.
Ron Fez, what's up? Cardholder 102. That was the sweet, the Mona of Sweet Melissa.
Hold on, you won the Chokey Award.
I think we should would have a better chance assaulting you.
Forget it. Not good with the words.
All right, what was it, Anthony?
The sweet Melissa Mona of the night.
Oh, yes, it's shaved.
We finally found someone that can laugh better than Al.
Anthony, come on, you got to say it properly.
It's the sweet Melissa Mona of the night.
All right.
There's your winning cowbell.
Yeah, thanks.
You hold on the line, Anthony.
You lucky bastard, you.
It's a bump. You're going to the big-ass prize closet. You get a 4-pack of WWF tickets to the Continental Airlines Arena. That's for Thursday, March 28th. Hogan, Hall, and Nash making their NWO debut at the first WWF Continental Airlines Arena date of the year. Tickets are still available at the box office, all Ticketmaster locations, and Ticketmaster.com for the WWF at the Continental Airlines Arena.
Because you got the sweet Mona Lisa Mel of the night.
The Mona Lisa.
Sweet mustard and jelly buns.
Mona Lisa. Something bad. Good. Moaning.
All right, I'm going to tell you this much, Al. If you got Billy fired, we're going to rub crap on you for the rest of your life.
If Billy is fired, he got himself fired. I did not.
If he got fired, you better start eating, because you got to be the new fat guy and fill in.
You know what? Let's staple him at 135 pounds. We staple him.
Oh, my gosh. He would waste away.
Seriously, why don't we start doing that to really thin people? We staple them just as experiments.
And see what would happen.
Hey, Andrew. Andrew, you're on a Fez.
Hello, Andrew.
How you doing?
Feel better.
Go ahead, buddy. You're on the air.
Okay. I hope you feel better. I don't think that Al Dukes is getting a fair shake at all. I think that you guys ride him very hard, and if you put yourself in his position, he was attacked in a very antisocial way. And if Billy's done this once before with Spaz, he does it again with Al Dukes, he's crossed the line, and you may be next. Number two...
first of all, I'll kill Billy. I will shank his eyeball. I won't be down Jeremy's office saying I want to have a meeting with management.
And while Ronnie's shanking his eyeball, I'll be biting his staples out with my own teeth.
Right, but Al Dukes is taking a civil approach to the matter. He's taking an appropriate
He's in the wrong
approach.
business.
He's in the wrong business. I think that he works very hard for both of you, and you never back him up.
I name one thing he's ever done for us.
He got into the ring with he got into the boxing ring when he didn't have to.
That wasn't for us. That was his own fight.
Show?
No.
Did he do it for the show?
No, he wasn't even asked to. As a matter of fact, this last one, he called out somebody.
Okay, you got that. I can see that
And he tried to walk away and quit 7 seconds into the thing.
Well, I
you know what to do? If you get knocked out next time, let's rub mud on him.
Is his title producer of the show?
I don't know. Do you have an official title?
Executive producer.
Well, you're not an executive or a producer.
Well,
Could I write of Tic Tacs on all your business cards?
Now, let me say this, Andrew. When he's done here talking his little piece, we send him out of the studio because he's a hindrance.
And that's from consultants.
Why do you keep him on?
That comes from the guy whose meeting he was in today, Jeremy's. He's Jeremy's boy.
So you had your preferences. You'd rather have a different producer.
If I had my preferences, Al would be dead. Al would be floating down the Ganges River.
Okay, well, I still think that it was antisocial.
I don't know, but that's a good river. They always say dead people float by on. And then you see people taking baths or drinking out of it. They're animals.
It was extremely antisocial behavior exhibited by Billy. And, you know...
How is antisocial when you're sharing? If anything, that is social.
It's practically communism. It's socialist.
You can get hepatitis C from feces.
Oh, I pray
and
he does.
there's no cure for it.
Oh, I pray that happens. Did he get any in your mouth, Al?
No.
Did he have any open wounds?
I don't know.
What about High C?
Did he
get any of that? Because Billy carries a can in his lunch
Did any of it get in your vag?
Well, I don't have a vag, so no.
I think
that
it's
could cause a yeast
point.
infection.
Thank you for listening to my opinion.
All right, thank you, my friend.
Andrew's right, though. Billy is showing an MO of this behavior.
I'll tell you this.
And then he showed it to an MO on Friday.
I'll say this. Most people are on Al's side here. And if you go back and listen to the tapes, one of us was saying, stop, stop. The other one was screaming and laughing.
I was shocked and worried for the safety of the people in the room. And sometimes screaming is my only weapon. If I was the person you met. Because I'm not sure you met me now.
Oh, I met you.
Oh, all right.
I met you. So, I don't know what we're going to do. You know, it's out of our hands. Believe me, if both you guys got fired, if both you were put in front of a firing squad, I'd lay down and sleep like a baby tonight. I'd be like, finally, we got some options for this show.
I'd be waking Ronnie up the next morning like it was Christmas Day. Wake up. There's been a shooting.
I only wish one way that you two would drag Joe down with you. That would be the only good thing for me.
Is there any way he could be implicated in this? Like he tampered with evidence, something like that.
Anything at all.
Like he's a globetrotter at Jason Williams' house. Some way to implicate.
Because this is one effed up show, and it shouldn't be. This show should run smooth.
This show should run as smooth as crap through a goose, or at least a paycheck.
All right, so you ready to let bygones be bygones?
No, it's going through the proper system right now.
What proper system?
It went through Billy's system on Friday, and you got upset about that.
His intestines.
I mean, management's involved now. They got the legal department involved. I'm very happy.
I'm sure they're all sitting around a table discussing this.
Jeremy takes days to figure out what to have for lunch. The man does not make quick decisions.
It takes him days to finish lunch.
That's true, because he will gnaw on a bagel.
He's a tiny eater.
Yeah.
He's the guy we should have stapled.
A lot of times we have to chew his food and then puke it in his mouth to get him to eat.
I saw him eating a corn kernel like it was a hamburger.
You better be careful which one of us is doing the boss jokes, Joe.
I know.
Oh, things must be going good with the show. Joe's hopping in.
Sure. Now he's got plenty to say.
Sure. Now he's there for us. Let there be some dead air. And then Joe's just staring.
Then it's smoke break.
I've got nothing, boys.
877-692-1027.
Please let him have hepatitis C. That's the only really bright sun ray in this whole thing, in this darkness.
Yeah, now finally some good news comes out of this. Al may be infected. Finally, a bright spot.
That would not be a good thing.
Why?
Because then, now that's another thing added
If
to
you
the
die,
situation.
Al, can we give your organs to boring people? Do you want to be a dull organ donor?
Thanks to Al Dukes, I now have a new boring kidney.
We can sell his penis. It's never been used.
It's been used.
Instead of
yeah, but I'm out on a woman.
Instead of never out of the box, never in the box.
Is your new motto Tic Tac, there's S on my back?
No.
Boy, that was uncomfortable. Hey, Al, has this whole thing dropped?
No.
We've called Billy back now.
It's actually right in the middle.
If you call Billy right now, do you think you could get a hold of him and get him in here?
Well, I won't. No, he's not coming in tonight. Jeremy sent him home.
What if you started calling bars right now looking for him?
So Jeremy sent him home until Jeremy could think this over?
Yes.
But he's still getting paid, right?
No, I don't think so.
It's not like he's...
Talk about effing with a guy's paycheck.
I know. At least you have your check, Al.
All things he should have thought
Soiled
about.
that it may be.
Plus, you're making money selling your dull organs.
There's dull Brazilians stealing his organs and leaving him in hotel bathtubs.
I have a very boring kidney that I'm willing to give away to a antisocial young boy.
Nobody wants his one beer liver, though.
You know, yeah, no kidding.
He cannot handle the beer.
David Crosby had a better liver than Al.
Can we relive the rubbing before we go to break?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks.
That's when you'll really hear Fez shrieking.
I want to see if it's that bad.
Fouls don't fail!
It's on his jack!
Go, Billy, go!
Billy, don't do that.
Oh, he ran in here. He tried to give it back to you, Al.
He's got a rubber glove.
He tried to give it back to you.
Ow.
I am a screw up.
He's back again. He's back again.
Don't do it, Billy.
Payday, Al! No. Watch it, Al. Come on, don't start.
Watch out for Rachel. Watch out for Rachel.
Stop it.
Oh, man. Oh, it's on.
Stop it.
Shouldn't have done that.
Al, Ronnie, could you take the mic out there for me?
Bill, you fat...
Oh. All right, we can't say that. We can't say that. All right. That's what happened Friday night. That's why Billy Staples isn't here this evening. That's why Al is now meeting with management constantly.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron, Fez, 1027, WNEW.
Ron and Fez here to tell you about Paisanos. In the heart of Little Italy, there is no better place to eat, probably on God's green earth.
I love Paisanos, Fez. You know what? I got my mother-in-law, my Italian mother-in-law coming in. I'm going to take her to Paisanos.
Perfect.
That'll shut her up for 5 minutes.
She's going to feel like she's home again.
Please. Her house, you should taste her food. She would never be able to cook like Joey Paisano.
Every pasta on the menu now only $7.85 with your choice of incredible lunch specials, plus a free glass of wine with your dinner when you mention Ron and Fez.
You know what I like to do? I like to mention Ron and Fez and then leave her there.
On and Fez left this for you, Joey Paisano.
Now I'm starving just hearing about Paisanos.
Paisanos is open weekends till 2 a.m. Try the fried ravioli, the eggplant parmesan, their lobster ravioli, or the linguine alla Joey.
I'm going to have it all. I'm going to have it all, and then I'm going to just look at this woman and go, shut up. Please, I'm giving you food. Shut up.
Paisano of Mulberry Street in the heart of Little Italy. 136 Mulberry between Grand and Hester. Give him a call. 965-1188. That's 965-1188.
I love Paisanos. It's, the number again is 965-1188.
Ron and Fez.
You're scaring me. Stop it.
1027 WNEW.
Billy used Al's checkers to ply. Took a big dump and made Dukes cry. Al called his lawyer with tears in his eyes. Could this be the end of the fat guy? Stop being a baby and tell us the truth. Do you really take it in the caboose? Billy took your check into the bathroom and showed you what he thought of your 6 years of school. Billy used Al's checkers to fly. Took a big dump and made Dukes cry. Al called his lawyer with tears in his eyes. Could this be the end of the fat guy? And wish he had a clean check to take home. Is weeping his way to the savings and loan. Well, Billy's still king of the porcelain throne. Billy used Al's checkers to ply. Took a big dump.
40-second delay with toilet afire.
Stupid.
We're on it, Fez.
So stupid we're caught up in this. 40-second delay is the only person who's making sense.
I know other people are there when they go to their jobs every day.
Yeah.
They don't have these same problems.
No, your dad never came home and
no.
said to your mom, you know, I got a problem. One of my guys down at work dumped on the other guy's paycheck, and it looks like I got to deal with this with the bosses.
Normal people don't have these problems whatsoever.
Hey, Fezzy, I am heading down the other day. I was at the Brooklyn Diner, bumped right into power couple.
Nice.
A power couple, Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell.
I love Goldie and Kurt.
Yeah.
Just at the Brooklyn Diner, huh?
They're there. You know, somebody else, Ben, had seen them a couple days before then. They're hanging out at the Brooklyn Diner now like it's their pad.
Great. We got a new hangout with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. That's nice. I've never seen a power couple together before.
No? I have. I did before.
Who else you see?
I don't know their names, but it's the mom from Malcolm in the Middle and the dad from West Wing.
Oh, Whitley Bradford and is it Jane Kasmersick?
Yeah, something like that.
Is that it? Something. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. I've never seen two halves.
Never?
I've seen Regis, but never Joy.
Well, do you think she's a celebrity on her own?
Well, there are a couple.
Yeah, but you would never say, I saw Joy. You wouldn't be able to know her if she wasn't with Regis. You know, you should have your own career on your own somehow, like the great Kurt Russell does. Snake Plissken.
Excellent in the Escape movies. What I liked about Escape from L.A. is they mentioned that, I remember years ago when you escaped from Cleveland. And
right.
They threw that one in, like, hey, we're missing a movie here.
You know what I said to him, too? I said, you, Kurt Russell, should have been Harrison Ford.
Right.
Would he have not been perfect in all the Harrison Ford roles?
He would have been perfect. He could have been the big, giant, tough action guy.
Sure. And also, you know, he would have been good in Star Wars as that guy.
He could have been Han Solo.
Easy.
Indiana Jones, he'd be perfect. That's perfect. That is perfect. That should have been casted.
But, you know, when you say that to somebody, they don't always take it as a hint. You should have been Harrison Ford. And then I said to Goldie, you, honey, are perfect. You just sit there. You finish your eggs.
Well, they'll never take it the right way.
Yeah.
When you're on the should have part of it.
Right, I know.
Like, hey, I had a career.
Another thing, don't sit at their booth, because they start to feel a little edgy then.
I saw a commercial today for Blade 2 with Wesley Snipes that I'm definitely going to see because I love Blade 1.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes, I'm looking at him, I'm thinking he should have been a bigger star. the way he started out.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes probably should have been Denzel.
All right, I'd go with that. And Wesley Snipes could have done all the Denzel things.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't know what happened.
And, you just get off track a little bit. Michael Keaton, remember what the guy he was? Tom Hanks just kind of came in and took over.
Michael Keaton could have definitely been Tom Hanks.
He should have been Tom Hanks.
He should have done. He could
Batman effed him up.
Yeah, he could. He should have done Castaway.
Yeah.
He could have done any of those romantic comedies.
And you think people actually sit around and say that should have been us? That should have been May, honey?
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Every movie I went to, if I was him, I said it should have been me.
And instead, Michael Keaton's doing guest spots on Frasier. When he should have been two-time Academy Award winner.
Right.
For Philadelphia and Gump.
He could have done
Michael
both of
Keaton.
them. He was just on Frasier not too long ago?
Yeah, he played Lilith's brother.
I like this game, though. Should have been.
The should have beens. Who did we see in a commercial the other night? One of the Van Patten boys.
Yeah.
Vince Van Patten.
Vince Van Patten.
Now, with the Van Patten boys, good-looking, blonde guys, tan, athletic. They had the backing of Dick Van Patten.
Sure.
Television legend.
And they grew up in Hollywood. Everybody knew them.
Right. They had the connections. The Van Pattens should have been the Baldwins. They had everything going for them.
That's true.
The Van Pattens should have been the Baldwins.
And I wonder if anyone ever says that to them. You know something, Nels? Nels, you and your brothers, you should have been the Baldwins.
Nels. What I love about Nels Van Patten is that was the name of Dick Van Patten's character on I Remember Mama.
Right.
Loved his character so much he named his kid after himself.
Yeah, that's nice.
Not Dick Jr., but Nels.
Do you think he ever says to his kids, you boys should have been the Baldwins?
If I was Dick Van Patten, I'd say it to him every day I saw him.
Yeah.
Every Sunday they came over for dinner.
Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John.
How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Two things, actually.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner.
Yes?
Should have been Harrison Ford.
Kevin Costner should have been Harrison Ford. Kevin Costner should have been Kevin Costner.
He was lucky enough. All right, here's one. I really like this a lot. On the instant feedback is from RJ. Matthew Broderick should have been Ben Stiller.
Oh, good one.
And that's true. Matthew Broderick had all that heat, picked a couple of bad roles, and then got himself all mixed up in that Broadway thing.
Now he's Song and Dance Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have been Ben Stiller.
He should have been Ben Stiller. He laid the groundwork, and then Ben Stiller came in and did it.
All right, here's one from comedy when we were much younger.
Yeah.
David Brenner. Should have been David Letterman. Had all
David Brenner was the Tonight Show guy. Should have got that show after Johnny. He had done all the legwork.
He should have gotten that. I mean, he was. When did his heat go off? And then now it's David Letterman and Jay Leno. David Brenner should be one of those late night guys.
Yeah, what happened to David Brenner? Nobody was bigger than him. Nobody was the bigger, nice guy comic than him. He should have been Letterman. That was his show.
877-692-1027.
Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jimmy.
Dennis Quaid should have been Kevin Costner.
All right, now that's perfect.
There you go. That's a good one, Jimmy.
Now, Dennis Quaid has done all the movie roles.
Yep.
Would have been perfect for him. How'd he blow it?
We got into a situation where Randy Quaid, the goofy, less attractive brother, passed up Dennis.
Yep.
All right, that's it. Here's Nick. Nick, you're on Ron and Fez show.
Hello, Nick.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
I got a reason why, what's his name, Wesley Snipes and Kurt Russell, how come they're not big stars? They were both in movies with Sylvester Stallone, and he kills careers.
Is that what happened?
And I got a should have been. Val Kilmer should have been Brad Pitt.
Val Kilmer should have been Brad Pitt. He came very close to having those Brad Pitt roles.
Yeah.
And he got there first. He was the attractive guy, too.
Take it, guys.
That's it.
Now, someone that I think should have been like a Brad Pitt was Stephen Dorff.
Stephen Dorff should have been Brad Pitt. Stephen Dorff should have been Ethan Hawke.
Ooh, that's better.
Because they
that's
look
good.
alike. And it's got to be weird when you look like somebody and then they start getting the roles.
Yeah.
That's got to weird you out.
Steven Dorff did good stuff on his way up.
Yeah.
And then petered out.
All right. Here's Mike bringing one from music. This makes a lot of sense. Vanilla Ice should have been Eminem.
Oh, yeah.
Why did all of a sudden Eminem get the critical thing for being a white guy?
And Vanilla Ice is just a joke. 877-692-1027. All
right, there's another one on the instant feedback from Joe. Tommy Davidson should have been Chris Tucker.
Oh, that's good.
He was there first, doing the thin black guy roles.
That is excellent. That's a good should have been. All right, here's one from News, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Arthur Kent, remember the Scud Stud?
The Scud Stud, yes, sure.
He should have been Stone Phillips, the good-looking Dateline news guy.
Where the hell did everybody start to like the Stone Phillips? Out of nowhere. He wasn't around any Scuds.
Mm-mm.
He didn't do crap.
He's got the great name, Stone Phillips. He ought to be the news guy on the Flintstones with that name.
I know, Stone Phillips. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Matt.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, I got one for shows. Now, not necessarily the news, should have been the Daily Show.
Very, very good. They were doing the same damn thing years before.
I love Not Necessarily the News. I forgot all about that show.
Yeah, Stuart Pankin, the fat guy.
Yeah, the heavy one.
I saw him doing a commercial for, like, foot pain or something on late-night TV.
Yeah, he's lucky to get that, too.
Poor bastard, lowest ring of showbiz.
Stuart Pankin should have been Newman.
That's true. Or he should have been George.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He was doing the George Act very early on.
All right. So Stuart Pankin should have been George.
Yeah.
Stephen First should have been Newman.
Yeah, Stephen First. Would have been perfect. All right,
Flounder.
Somebody writes in Flounder should have... wait a minute, I forgot. I lost it already. They said the Flounder guy should have been John Candy.
Okay.
Because he was the big, fat, happy guy there.
Uh-huh.
And then John Candy took over for him.
That gets into trouble.
All right, here's one from Mike I like. Tatum O'Neal should have been Jodie Foster.
Oh, that's a good one. That's excellent.
That drives you nuts. I wouldn't be able to live. Hey, Andrew. Andrew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello, Andrew. Andrew, you're on the air, buddy.
Hey, how you doing? Big ass card member 1810.
Yeah.
There you go. Damon Wayans should have been Eddie Murphy.
Well, Eddie Murphy was there first. So you could have said Richard Pryor should have been Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Because Richard Pryor never got the movie roles that were as good as his talent.
But I understand his point where Damon Wayans should be some sort of bigger star.
Yeah.
The guy's too funny, and it's one flop after another.
And he actually gets shined up by his own brothers now.
The younger Wayans.
Who are
whatever their names are. The Van Patten should have been the Wayans.
All right, Jimmy, you're on Ron and Fez.
I think that Gallagher should have been Carrot Top.
Either way, nobody's laughing. That's the beauty of it, and it's a mess.
You're right. They're interchangeable.
Hey, Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Tom.
What's up, boys?
But
Lex Luger with the Lex Express should have been Stone Cold Steve Austin. They put a lot behind him, and he dropped the ball.
Lex Luger should have been Hogan.
All right, here's one. Molly Ringwald should have been Julia Roberts.
Oh, good one.
She was set up to be Julia Roberts before Julia Roberts.
Talk about America's sweetheart. That was Molly Ringwald.
Hey, Rick. Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Rick.
How's about Harvey Keitel should have been Robert De Niro?
Thank you very much. Now we're going places. Harvey Keitel, him and De Niro, same age, doing the same kind of roles. But De Niro goes on and he gets to be De Niro. And Keitel's stuck being Keitel.
No. You insulted him a little bit.
Keitel must have been looking at that 9/11 show going, I should be hosting this. I should be the most beloved man.
I could have done that. I should have done that.
Hey, Mitch. Mitch, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mitch.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Mickey Rourke should have been Richard Gere.
Thank you very much. Now we're thinking.
Nice work, Mitch.
Now, what happened to poor Mickey Rourke, who we all loved?
Is that when he went nuts and decided he wanted to box instead?
I think that was at the end of...
And started tatting himself up?
Hey, Mike.
Mickey Rourke should have been Memento.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys?
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
I think Tony Danza should have been Scott Baio.
Well, just the opposite. You're
Yeah,
saying
Scott Baio should have been Tony Danza.
Yeah, but either way, you got two stupid Goombas that are just worth nothing.
But one of them had the nice career, the better career.
That's true.
Where he still has a series on. I think he's on Family Law or something.
Give me another one, Fez.
All right, let me throw this one out. This is a death one. All right, we'll go in that category. River Phoenix should have been Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes, you're exactly right there. He was Leonardo DiCaprio before Leonardo started becoming him.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I've ever told this story. I saw River Phoenix 6 months before he died.
Yes, you did. And didn't you kiss him or something?
He kissed me. He was in that state. He was messed up. I'll tell you what. Someone had
How
to point...
messed up was he that he's making out with Fez?
Someone had to point him out to me. I would have never known it was River Phoenix. Bad hair, bad skin. Oh, he looked already dead.
Hey, Dave.
I said, you're already dead.
I gotta hear the same story. I swear, once a month.
I have one death story.
I know, but why do I have to hear it over and over?
And I didn't realize I had told it.
Dave, you're on Fez.
Hey, Bruno Kirby should have been Joe Pesci.
Yes, you're exactly right there.
That's excellent.
He was perfect. He was the perfect one. Hey, Reggie. Reggie, you're on Fez.
Hey, Reggie.
Big ass card holder 5942.
Hooah!
Peter Scolari should be Tom Hanks.
I don't know. They're kind of different.
Yeah. Or my other one, Rod and Fez should be Don and Mike.
Yeah, that's true.
You got us there.
Hooah!
Although, from what I understand, somebody got a CAT scan today, so...
Oh, boy.
Start warming up.
Again?
Start warming up the arm.
Okay. We're in.
Yeah.
All right.
How's the shoulder, okay?
Shoulder's good.
No, I'll do a...
Spy report. Spy report.
Best of luck to Don. That's kind of scary, Fezzy. He fainted yesterday, and then today... Went in for that, it's not a CAT scan, what's it called? Like a
brain scan?
Yeah, but it's got some initials to it.
Encephalogram, like an EEG?
An MRI.
Oh, an MRI, okay.
Yeah. How do you know all those other things?
I get checked.
Yeah. A lot?
Well, I'm hypochondriac-ish. So, I'm constantly getting checked.
All right, here is, Sanford. You're on Run a Foot. Fez.
Hey, Sanford.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you, my friend?
My friends, it doesn't get any better. I've got two. This is a good one, though.
Okay.
Larry Fishburne should have been Samuel L. Jackson, right?
Perfect.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, that's perfect. What happened to the great Lawrence Fishburne? All of a sudden, every role he had went to Samuel L. Jackson.
Absolutely. Fez.
Yes.
This is for you, sir.
All right, buddy.
Wrestling. Stone Cold Steve Austin should have been Goldberg. Because Goldberg's fame definitely eclipsed anything that Austin ever has been during that period of time.
I don't think I can agree with that.
Who do you think has a bigger bank account? And who was the champion of the bigger place?
And who was the bald badass first?
That is also true, but then Goldberg eclipsed him and then went beyond.
He never eclipsed him. He'd be still running that league would never have...
But for a short period of time, Goldberg was that universally known figure, just like Hogan, just like The Rock. He was everywhere.
You're out of your mind.
Years down the road, he might have, but he was a flash in the pan.
Gentlemen?
In the storybook history that is wrestling.
You know, you did so good with the Larry Fishburne, Samuel L. Jackson. And now... Like Billy Staples, you've crapped all over.
May I say one last thing?
Yeah.
I love the two of you dearly.
Well, thank you.
Loves us dearly.
I appreciate that much.
All right, Sheepy, the wise ass, writes in.
He's such a smart aleck.
He is a wise ass.
Do we even want to hear it?
Ron and Fez should have been Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Huh.
That hurts. Sheepy, the whole point of this is so Fez and I can laugh at other people.
Right.
Not feel bad about our lot in life.
877-692-1027. All right, Ronnie, I'm going to throw one out to you.
Go ahead and throw it.
Kelly McGillis.
Oh, God, that's going back a ways.
Should have been Sharon Stone.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. The problem with her, she got a little big.
Really?
Oh,
I didn't know she got big.
Kelly McGillis?
Oh, Miguel Gorilla.
No, she's gigantic. Here's Roger. Roger, you're on Fez.
Now I gotta see her. Someone find me a picture.
You know where she is? She's running a restaurant in Key West. I saw her.
Oh, my God.
I walk into a restaurant, Kelly McGillis comes over, hands me the menu. I go, aren't you Kelly McGillis? She's like, yeah. I go, what are you doing here? She goes, I own the joint. Me and my husband.
Wow. Now she's living the island life in the Keys like a giant Samoan.
Hey, Roger, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, love the show. How you doing?
Yeah.
I got an Irish theme one. Aiden Quinn should have been Liam Neeson. It's the Aiden Quinn, Cry John Quinn, whatever.
Yeah, Aiden Quinn actually got a nice move for himself, and now he's doing, summer rental, whatever the hell that Project Greenlight movie is.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
He's been around, Stolen Summer. But, the guy's been around 20 years now. In starring roles.
All right, there was a guy who was in Hackers, and I think he used to be with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
I know who you mean.
He should be Ewan McGregor.
The bad guy from Hackers?
No, the blonde guy.
Oh. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
John Lee Miller? Johnny Lee Miller?
He was married to that girl.
Right, okay.
He was also in Trainspotting.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he's good, that guy. I haven't seen him in a while.
He should be Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The facts of life. Well, yeah, he was in Trainspotting with Ewan McGregor.
And that's when their trains left different directions.
Hey, some of these are just silly. Come on, who's on the... We've got the spirit of...
The person you're trying to reach is drunk. Please try your call again.
Yeah, someone was able to replace Billy on the phones. They're doing just as bad a job.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez, 102.7 WNEW.
The Ron and Fez Show presents Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Bayonne, New Jersey by Joe Poo. I learned that if you give a man a fish, he eats today. And if you teach a man to fish, he'll eventually turn his back and then you can push him in the water. For everything I need to know, I learned in Bayonne, New Jersey. I'm Joe Poo.
And we should have been Ron and Fez. 877-692-1027.
Hey, Darren. Darren, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Darren.
Show. How about this one? Flip Wilson should have been Bill Cosby.
That's good.
He should have been.
That's true.
Watch it! I'll turn my boyfriend kill on you.
Hey, Carrie Ann.
Hey, Carrie Ann.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good.
I think Steve Thomas Howell should have been Rob Lowe.
That's true.
At the very least.
Absolutely. I mean, Pony Boy Rock.
Yeah.
You know? Thanks, guys.
I'd say it. Well, this one, when you think about the great Steve Thomas Howell, you're talking about the greatest of all time.
Stay gold, Pony Boy. Stay gold.
Who could ever forget that scene?
Stay gold, Pony Boy. Stay gold.
From The Outsiders.
Yeah. Beautiful. Seized upon that moment long ago, Fuzzy. When you hear this song, go ahead and cry.
Stay gold, Pony Boy. Stay gold.
Long ago. Here's another one from a Kia Boy from the same movie, The Outsiders. Ralph Macchio should have been Keanu Reeves.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll buy that. The kid who played Bill in Bill and Ted should have been Keanu Reeves.
What happened to that blonde kid?
Alex Winter, I think, was his name.
It's been a long winter for Alex.
Time to stop hibernating.
Forget Alex Winter, it's Alex Loser.
877-692-1027.
Hey, Craig. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Craig.
I was just thinking Fez Watley should have been Nathan Lane.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
In a perfect world, sure.
Hey,
in Birdcage.
I didn't have his kind of encouragement.
Ed, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey.
Sandra Bullock should have been Julia Roberts.
She was heading that way for a little while.
Uh-huh.
And then nowhere.
And then it just stopped on her way to Julia Robertsville. Ronnie, do you remember someone named Jamie Gertz?
Sure, she was great. She was in Square Pegs.
Uh-huh.
As well as Less Than Zero.
Oh, right, okay. Jamie Gertz should have been Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
I got no problem with that at all. I got no problem at all. She should have a bad sitcom on right now with her husband.
Whoever her husband is. Get them a meeting at NBC.
She was great.
I love Jamie
And
Gertz.
it just fell off the face of the earth.
I think the last thing I saw her in was Twister.
And that was a supporting role.
Right, where she got to sit in the back seat of the tornado truck.
Wait, here's something she said in Twister, too. This is Jamie Gertz.
Stay gold, pony boy. Stay gold.
It's beautiful.
Ronnie Millsap should have been Stevie Wonder.
No, they're just blind.
Oh.
Tell him he is Stevie Wonder. All right, Dan says Patrick Swayze should have been Kevin Costner. He was also in The Outsiders.
Yeah.
Wonderful job.
And Patrick Swayze again on his way with Ghost. What? Where's the bad U-turns at?
I don't know what happened there. He also had another gigantic hit with Don't Make Babies Sit in the Corner.
Oh, yeah, Dirty Dancing. And then came to Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
Yeah.
And Roadhouse.
And then that also drugged down Wesley Snipes.
Oh, yeah. They all went out together. With John Leguizamo.
All right, Fred says Nancy McKeon should have been Sandra Bernhardt.
Oh, nice. Okay. Not seeing that, but okay.
I guess it's the dykey thing.
Just the butchness of it all. 877-692-1027 with your should-have-beens.
Hey, Louie, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Louie.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Yeah.
MC Hammer should have been P. Diddy.
All right.
Well, he's probably right there.
Okay.
You know, I saw MC Hammer last night, and he's selling bankruptcy stuff in the middle of the night.
No way.
If you need a bankruptcy, call us at Start Fresh.
Oh, I thought he was selling his own stuff because of bankruptcy.
No, that already happened years before.
When they took all his parachute pants, his big puffy pants out.
But because of that, he's the expert to tell you how to get out of trouble.
Nice.
He's too legit. Too legit. Hey, if you're too legit to quit, head to Bankruptcy Court with Star Fresh.
It was so sad because he was making references to his own life.
I love a personal testimonial when it's something horrible.
Yeah. Hey, Randy, you're on Run of Fez.
Yo, what's up, Ron and Fez?
Yeah.
Hey, Randy.
How's it going? In the world of sodas, Mellow Yellow should have been Mountain Dew.
Should have been. We should have been doing the yellow instead of the dew.
This only had some feedback. It says, I should have been George W. Bush. Al Gore said it.
Signed Al Gore.
Signed me, Al Gore. Very funny.
All right, now these guys have pretty similar careers, but the way it's working out now, Lee Majors should have been William Shatner. Still getting the endorsements to do, the commercials, the plugs, the appearances, the cameos.
I think Lee Majors believes that he should have been Burt Reynolds in the back of his mind.
Oh, that's good. That's real good.
Well, that's good stuff. Hey, Mike, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Ron Fez, what's going on? How are you tonight?
Yeah.
Good.
I think the Cone from The Facts of Life should have been Carolyn Manheim.
Oh, Cameron Manheim, yeah, from The Practice.
Because she's fat.
She would have been a great Cameron Manheim.
I know. She was a great Mindy Cohn. No one ever had any complaints.
I completely agree.
Hey, Pat, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Pat.
What's up, guys? I think Gary Shandling should have been Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, I like the idea.
Stay gold.
Stay gold, Pony Boy.
Stay gold, pony boy. Stay gold.
Hey, Carl, you're on Run of Fez.
Hello, Carl.
Hey, guys, good to be on again. I go, Kathleen Turner should have been Sharon Stone, except she found the pork fried rinds.
Kathleen Turner is wrestling parts with Catherine Manheim right now.
Kathleen Turner should have been Harvey Firestein.
Hey, Jack, you're on Run of Fez.
Fabulous sports babe?
Yeah.
Should have been Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I can't disagree.
I'm gay. I'm gay.
The tombstones Al Dukes has walked through in radio.
It's so sad, isn't it? Now he's riding us down. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Run of Fez.
Hello, Mike. Mike.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yep. Corey Haim and Corey Feldman should have been Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
The two Coreys together. Should have been Affleck and Damon.
I think Corey Feldman could have been Corey Haim if he would have got the right breaks.
Corey Feldman, the baby child star, should have gone on and done something. He should be Drew Barrymore.
He should be divorcing Tom Green.
Actually, that Heather O'Rourke who died, the little girl in Poltergeist, should have been Drew Barrymore.
Perfect. Because that movie came out the same year. Same movies, same year.
E.T. and Poltergeist.
Right. Hey, Jose.
Yeah, I'm going to have 3 for you. The first one, Susan Lucci, should have been Kelly Ripa.
Oh, that Kelly Ripa's so effing cute.
They do the same show. They were both on Regis and Kathy Lee, so Susan Lucci should have been.
I saw
Regis wanted someone younger than him.
I saw Kathy Lee on a show. She's doing theater in Nyack.
Oh, good.
In Nyack. And she's acting like it's the best thing that ever happened to me. She's on Rosie today. Luckily, it's so great to be back in a legitimate theater. And, Rosie, what you do for us theater people, I'm like, you're on the biggest show in the mornings. Now you're acting happy that you're doing a 114-seater in Nyack.
Shelley Long should have been Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yes.
And is. Oh, it's good to be back legitimate theater.
It's great.
The community the theater offers.
And who was Rupert Holmes has written this play.
Pina Colada?
Yes. She claims that he's got Tony Awards.
I'm falling down. I gotta take a knee.
All right, Fez, you'll love this one. This is perfect.
In this scene, you walk in and you order the Pina Colada.
This is one that you like. It says, Fez, I always said that I should be Tom Cruise. He and I were both up for the same role in Taps. It's Mikey D.
Really?
If he would have got that role, there'd been no stopping him.
I could have been in Taps. I should have been there.
Mikey D's going to come in and work with us on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, because our interns are headed to spring break, Panama City, Florida. They've got an assignment there, a very big assignment. And Mikey D's going to be filling in some of the slack around here.
We got a guy coming up on the show, Fuzzy. And it's going to be... this is funny. Someone wrote, WNEW Melissa should have been Sweet Melissa. That WNEW Melissa has nothing to do with us anymore. Like we set out to do this to her.
Is she still here?
Yeah. She does every show but ours.
I haven't seen her in the hallways.
She stays us and runs.
Really?
I saw her at the Christmas party.
I didn't see her there.
She said wherever she goes, people ask her, why are you moaning?
What's with all the moaning?
That's not me. That's another Melissa. All right, my throat's not making it. All right, we got a guest coming up, Fezzy, and we're pretty excited about this.
This is Ben Fong Torres. I'm the music editor at Rolling Stone magazine. This is Ben Fong Torres calling from Rolling Stone.
Hi, Ben Fong Torres.
Now listen. Get it together, man. We're both professionals here, okay? I don't need to tell you this.
Oh, he doesn't say his name again? All right, now that guy, Ben Fong Torres, is going to be on the show with us.
The real Ben Fong Torres.
The real Ben Fong Torres, who won't sound anything like this.
And this is Ben Fong Torres. I'm the music editor at Rolling Stone magazine.
Not George Takei Jr., who ever played this part.
Now, apparently he's written a thing about the old boss jocks, the 1960s boss jocks. Where's that book at? Roy, I should always have the book in front of me at all times.
All right, the hits just keep on coming. The History of Top 40 Radio by Ben Fong Torres.
By Ben Fong Torres.
Now listen. Get it together, man. We're both professionals here, okay? I don't need to tell you this.
I like the typing in the background there.
So, yeah, I know. That is fun. So we'll have a bunch of air checks also to play from some of these guys.
From some of the boss jocks?
From some of the boss jocks.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
So if you had a favorite top 40 jocks when you were a kid, give us a call. Because a lot of that stuff, it was a very short period in radio, but it was a lot of fun. 877-692-1027. I'm sure the Heckler has plenty of memories.
Oh, definitely. This is right up Heckler's alley.
But I'm going through this, Fezzy, and it's Murray the K and people like that, and Cousin Brucey. For me, I grew up in Philly, so there was a bunch of people down there that was same exact era. But then I'm looking, one of the chapters is on Mr. Buzz Burbank.
Really? Our Buzz Burbank?
I'm sorry, not Buzz Burbank. Buzz Bennett.
Oh, okay.
Remember
Buzz Bennett?
Remember Buzz Bennett?
Yeah.
I called him Buzz Burbank. I don't know why the name Buzz is good for radio.
That's going to be in Ben Fong Torres' newsman book.
All right, let me just check with the Hawk. Hawk, did you ever listen to Top 40 Radio and have a favorite guy when you were a kid?
I was kind of partial to Casey Kasem.
Casey Kasem is very big in this thing. Now, were you one of those people that used to listen for the weekend show that he did?
Yeah, that's
that Top 40 countdown?
Yeah, that's what I like the most.
And then, would you chart it yourself as you went along?
Yep, I'd see if my information matched up against his.
Now, the funny thing about Casey Kasem is he invented the kind of a roll out there to go, this next song is coming up by a truck driver who turned professional singer. He would never tell you who it was.
Right. It was basically Paul Harvey's The Rest of the Story, but done to music. You had to guess, who's the truck driver that now sings?
Yeah. So, yeah, that was his whole effing business. And, I mean, he made a fortune off of this. But I think there is a rite of passage for kids that you are into Top 40, whether it's for a minute or for a whole summer. But you have to go through a little Top 40 stage.
I remember being listening to the Real Don Steele on the weekend.
Yeah.
Hearing his syndicated show.
Yeah, the Real Don Steele. He was out of L.A., I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And I always wondered, how many Don Steeles were there that this poor man had to call himself the real one?
That'll make a fine question for Mr.
This is Ben Fong Torres. I'm the music editor at Rolling Stone magazine.
Hi, Ben Fong Torres. I can't wait to say that to him.
This is Ben Fong Torres. I'm the music editor at Rolling Stone magazine. This is Ben Fong Torres calling from Rolling Stone.
Hi, Ben Fong Torres.
What would he say in that movie? Was it crazy?
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, and then the kids started saying it back to him, crazy.
Crazy.
Now, here's what I don't understand.
This is William Miller.
You're,
Crazy.
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 So stupid.
Crazy.
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 Now, why do you think he got interested in Top 40 jocks? You think that he would have went for the Scott Muni's,
oh, yeah. The real rockers.
Right.
The guys breaking the rock bands.
Right. He goes the other way.
Nice.
He loves the Top 40. 877-692-1027. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW.
We're Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW. Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley with you.
The name of the book, Fezzy, is The Hits Just Keep A Coming. And it's about a lot of the early boss jocks, a lot of the early Top 40 jocks. And we got a lot of these air checks to play. Some of it really, really fun. Most of the history of Top 40 Radio comes right out here out of New York.
We're the author of the book, Ben Fong Torres, steady by.
This is Ben Fong Torres calling from Rolling Stone.
Hi, Ben Fong Torres.
Hey, Ben. Welcome to Ron and Fez. How are you, sir?
Hey, Ben Fong Torres calling from Rolling Stone.
Hi, Ben Fong Torres.
Do you get that all the time now?
Who is this?
That's a really sexy name. That's Fezzy. You know me.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Good, I don't get that a lot. No, I get, what do I get? The crazy, and somebody told me that, get it together, man, was a new catchword around offices around the country. I don't believe that one.
Did you ever yell, get it together, man, like in Almost Famous?
Only to myself.
Right.
Okay.
In the mirror. That's about it.
Now, in that movie, do you think that he kind of portrayed what Rolling Stone was like at the time, or?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
He portrayed Rolling Stone as it had to be to propel a storyline,
right,
and to create a crisis for the young man, and make things happen and create problems that he would have to get resolved. And that's what he did. I knew what Cameron looked like and how young he was because I met him at a Stones concert in Los Angeles before I assigned him his first story. It wasn't like a thing over the telephone, a sight unseen.
Right.
The first story was a very short, easy piece on a country rock band called Poco. And, it wasn't for $1,000. It was like $75.
Right.
And there was no problem with any of his pieces ever. There was never a situation where somebody said, I didn't say that, and we pulled the story, and the fact checker changed the cover story.
Well, and everything's on hotel bar napkins.
You know, I'll say this. Rolling Stone came off looking better in that film than they did in that picture Perfect.
Oh, well.
The John Travolta one.
My God, nothing came out looking good in Perfect. Except the muscles, the abs. Looked all right.
Now, when Rolling Stone moved to New York, did you come with it, or did you stay in San Francisco?
I kind of promised to come to New York and was looking forward to it, but then it just didn't make much sense. I had some family ties here and some obligations, and so I was going to do a year in New York. That would have been fun, but I wound up staying on the West Coast instead.
Now, I was surprised when I saw this book that, being from Rolling Stone, I thought you would be, more a fan of more of the AOR kind of rock.
Yeah.
But, here you are talking about the old top 40 boss jocks.
Well, we all had to come from somewhere, and I think because of my age, what generation I came from, I came to age right at the beginning of rock and roll in the mid and late 50s, and where we heard that music, along with R&B and country, was on AM radio, on top 40, and a few other formats, like country radio, but mostly top 40. And when you're growing up and you're a teenager and you're digging rock and roll for the first time, a lot of your fascination and passion is attached to the radio station and the disc jockeys. And back then, as you well know, there was a lot more personality to the DJs. They meant a lot more to the listeners, to the high schools, to the communities than they do now.
When did you think the top 40 thing peaked?
Oh, probably in the early 70s, because they began to try to emulate some of the FM radio style and music, that they began to expand into some album cuts once in a while because FM was doing so great doing that.
Yeah, and the other thing is, all that top 40 stuff was real AM radio. By the time they switched over, there were some big top 40 stations, but it wasn't the same thing because top 40 just owned AM radio.
Well, yes, definitely, and they kind of belonged on AM radio with the short singles and not the greatest audio quality. When FM came around, it was really for the audiophiles, for the stereo fans, for experimental music, jazz and folk and classical. And so when rock and roll came to FM, it was just exactly at the right time, with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and Bob Dylan kind of changing the rules and broadening the parameters of what music could be. And, you could call it rock and roll, but it was clearly becoming more than that, and FM was the most receptive and capable of carrying the new sounds being made by these artists and many others.
All right, Fez, who did you... my thing in Philadelphia was Jerry Blavat. The Geeter with the heater, the big boss with the hot sauce.
Yeah. I just met him last year.
No way.
Big boss with the hot sauce?
The boss with the hot sauce.
Yeah, and then he would also be doing, school dances and everything. He was out every night of the week. And then he would also do, Wildwood, New Jersey and Atlantic City.
Yeah, he's still on Geeter Radio. He's on a Geeter Radio network in that area.
Well, and now it should be Geezer because it's the same kids that danced at his shows years ago.
Here's the Geezer with Weezer.
Yes.
Thank you.
It seems like these top 40 guys just can't give it up, Like Dick Biondi is still doing an oldies show in Chicago.
Right.
And they all carry on. Cousin Brucey, I think, is still doing it in New York City.
Let me check with Earl here. Where's Cousin Brucey at now?
WCBS FM.
There you are.
Yeah, and that's just on the weekends? Is he doing it, or?
I think he's on every night. Still.
Really?
Wow.
There you go.
All right, let's play a couple of these air checks. Some of them are great. Murray the K, of course, he was the fifth Beatle.
That's right.
That was his thing.
On Wynn's Radio.
On Wynn's Radio. Let's give that one a try.
Keep your flippers flipping and your hips dipping. You got Murray the K and a swinging soiree.
Hi, everybody, and a great big welcome to you here on a swinging soiree. And we've got a big Friday night in store for you. 4 hours of the Golden Gasses as we present Big Goldies for you.
All right, that's great.
I love the swinging soiree. I'd love to steal it for this show.
Now, he sounds just like Wolfman Jack there to me.
Oh, no,
got that thing going on.
Yeah. Well, the Wolfman was introducing him. Of course, you knew that.
Yeah.
But, a lot of the jocks came from other forms of music. They were fans of jazz in many cases, and you can kind of hear that in Murray's presentation there.
All right, let's put on a couple of these other ones. Fez, who did you grow up listening to?
Now, I was talking about that I would listen to the oldie show for the real Don Steele.
Yeah.
The real Don Steele.
Now, Ben, how many Don Steeles were there that this poor man finally had to say, listen, I'm the real one?
Well, actually, he was the only real Don Steele. There were the real Dick Saints and the real Ron Steeles and the real Don, whatevers around the country. But there really was only one, the real Don Steele.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's 5, Fez. Let's check that out.
3 o'clock in Los Angeles.
That's what I remember.
Sam the Sham, and the Pharaohs and Wooly Bully on Boss Radio, KHJ 93. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. At 3 minutes after 3, that is me on KHJ. This is me, the real Don Steele, and you look wonderful. You look wonderful. The KHJ Boss Line, remember, if you want to keep the finger on the pulse of the Boss happenings, there's Hollywood 1, and another one, the all-new Boss Jocks, one of the BJs, Dave Diamond, your way, at 6 o'clock here on 93.
You're right, Ben. They did have a personal relationship with the listener.
Hi, everybody.
You look great.
You look wonderful.
You look fantastic. All right, now you heard him syndicate it, right?
Yeah.
All right, did you have a local guy in Florida?
Our local guy was actually Scott Shannon.
Scott Shannon is now in New York, and
right where he started the zoo format, the Q Morning Zoo.
We got a Shannon here on 5.
All right.
Tennessee with 5,000 watts of fun power. This is WMAK Nashville.
A member of the ever-growing Mooney Broadcasting Corporation.
7:30 in the new gritty capital city with your on the radio. Heavy group out of Louisville. Rugby's, that's you and I. 29, Super 5 from the Super Summer Survey. Super Summer, WMAK. 7:33. Tony Joe here to work his show.
All right, was that Jerry Lee Lewis?
7:33.
You would think he'd be embarrassed to have that, but this is what he sent me as a sample of his previous work.
He had calmed down between Nashville and Tampa.
Yeah.
Thank God.
All right, here, this is a short one on Russ the Moose, Syracuse.
All right.
WKBW Springtime here on the Easter Sunday edition of the Whole Idea called Russ the Moose Syracuse Show is 15 minutes before hour 4. 44 degrees current temperature reading in Buffalo.
That was a quick one.
Boy, you had to rhyme.
Now, he was big in San Francisco, was he, Ben?
Oh, very, very big. He was my main man.
Is that right?
He did an all-night show that smashed through all the barriers. He was the first guy to do what eventually became free-form radio, only was on Top 40 on the all-night show. And he just messed up everybody, advertisers, listeners, artists. He bombed records when they got too popular.
He got rid of them, huh?
Oh, yeah. He would mess with the advertisers, and because he was on the all-night show, he figured they couldn't do anything to him anyway.
All right, so the name of the book is The Hits Just Keep On Coming. Ben Fong Torres, and the old Top 40 stuff, they just screamed at you. They just literally screamed at you, played a short song, came back and screamed some more.
I guess they played the song just long enough to get their breath back.
Yeah, and the kids loved it.
All right, here, some people want to talk to you about some different names, and maybe you can throw a story at them if you recognize them, Ben. Here's Ken. Oops, I lost Ben.
All right, get Ben Fong Torres back, please, out there.
I blew that. Well, that'll be my little air check I sent to him. Let's throw a couple more in here, though.
Okay.
Fezzy, let's throw number 1, Alan Freed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alan Freed. Go ahead and grab Alan.
Hello, everybody. Hi, all tonight. This is Alan Freed, the old king of the Moondoggers, and it's time again for another of your favorite rock and roll sessions, blues and rhythm records for all the gang in the Moondog Kingdom, from the Midwest to the East Coast. We're going to be saying hello to a lot of folks who've written to us tonight from all over the Moondog Kingdom, to all around the Cleveland area, Newark, New Jersey, New York City, Long Island, wherever you are.
That's the Moondog Kingdom.
That was great.
Yeah.
The king of the Moondoggers.
Now, that guy, Ben, we were just playing Alan Freed. He had cash in each pocket, didn't he?
Well, he got the money from various promoters and labels and artists and like that, but back then, payola was actually legal. It was just a matter of how you handled the money, whether you declared it and, took care of the taxes and stuff like that. He didn't take care of business as well as many, many, many other jocks who did the same thing were able to do.
Did that end with Dick Clark?
Well, Dick Clark was one of the people who also was able to, make his money not only from his job on Bandstand, but also from partnerships with various music businesses. And he did it a bit more smartly than Alan Freed and most of the others.
All right, when you look back on this, what bands you think got broke just because they had the right cash handed to them?
Oh, I don't know. I really do not know that because everybody was promoted that way back then.
No matter who it was.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it could be the Beatles or Herman's Hermits or, whoever.
Was it even like before that was Sinatra and all? It was just the way radio always was?
Yeah, it goes back to even before Sinatra, to the days of, jukebox pluggers or even sheet music salespeople. Whoever was selling something and needed to get it spread and found the people who were influential, whether they were club owners or radio announcers or whatever, would put cash in their pocket. And that was just the way business was done, and that's the way business is done today.
All right, here's number 6 on here, Fezzy. It's Gary Owens.
All right.
Who went on to, of course, become famous for laughing and stuff.
Yeah.
From beautiful downtown Burbank or whatever.
I wanna be the king of love. Fabian, who gave up his woman for a crown today, 2 minutes past 8 KEWB Summer Fun Time, here on the wealthy and justly unpopular Lychee Nut Grower Gary Owens program from now till 9 on KEWB number 1.
He's amazing, isn't he?
Yeah.
But to parlay that incredible voice to say totally nonsensical stuff, that was his whole shtick.
All right, here's early Casey Kasem when he was in Buffalo.
All right.
Hello there, Casey at the mic on WBNY. Around for the next 4 hours with swinging sounds with a little girl by the name the Hamper and the Casey. These 4 on WBNY Radio. Happy they tell me you went to a different kind of school, is that right?
Oh, no!
No, I understand that you didn't study reading, writing, and arithmetic, isn't that right?
That's on fast!
Well, Daddy, what you're trying to say is you went to the school with the 3 G's. What are the 3 G's, Happy?
Girls!
What you're trying to say, Daddy, is you went to a school where they had chicks. And kicks. And cats. And school. All right.
School!
Wow.
High energy Casey.
Yes.
That doesn't even sound like the Casey we know.
That's crystal meth Casey there.
And he took these sound effects, these characters, that's right, were from like Stan Freberg's album.
Who was the first guy to finally just take a breath and slow it down?
That probably would have been the first of those FM jocks.
Right, Michael Jackson.
They used to take like 14 minutes to introduce a song, so now...
Oh, it was crazy.
Here on WASP.
Right. Probably rest of the Syracuse slowed it down.
Everybody, yeah, right. Everybody had to be high then. And sometimes they would have chimes.
Well, I'm very proud to make that CD up because it has 16 of those jocks, and you've been playing about 4 or 5 of them now. And I went to each disc jockey himself or their family, in the case of those who have gone on to the big control room in the sky, to get permission. And everybody said yes. It was just amazing.
All right, here you got Joey Reynolds, who's doing talk here in town, right?
That's right.
I think he's on OR.
On OR all night long.
Yeah.
WR.
Yeah, he's doing... And I guess this is from the early 60s. So here's Joey Reynolds.
Mid-60s.
Mid-60s.
Hour number 2 of the Johnny Holiday Show. We have 7 after 3 and 34 degrees.
No, that's not it.
I'm sorry, that was my fault. I pushed the wrong button. Here's Joey.
She loves you by the Beatles every 2 nights. They give a title and play it so many times each night. And for a guy that's supposed to not like the Beatles, well, I certainly play them enough and promote them enough. But you know that I really do. I like them, and I think they're great. And I'll say it one more time. The only reason I ever put them down is because I think they got a little more attention than they deserve, because they're not much better than the best group in each and every town in this country. That's the only thing I had against it, you know? And they didn't come off that well in the Ed Sullivan Show. Other than that, I was the chairman of the United States for the Beatles, and I like them. All right? Okay, so you're not mad at me anymore. Can you accept me at the same time? That's wonderful. All right.
What the hell?
Joey Reynolds backpedaling a little bit.
There's a slow-talking guy.
Hey, Hackler, you're on with Ben Fong Torres.
Hey, guys, this is a great topic, and it sounds like a must-read, this book. I'm a big radio fan since the mid-'60s, and back in New York City, we had 2 major outlets on the AM dial. We had WMCA, which was the good guys.
The good guys, yeah.
And then we had the All-Americans on WABC. ABC had guys like Herb Oscar Anderson, Dan Ingram, Harry Harrison, who's still on the air, Sos Ingram, and, of course, Cousin Brucey, Ron Lundy, and Chuck Leonard. And then over on MCA, you had guys like Jack Spector and Dandy Dan Daniel. And we had a Philly import for a while. We had George Michael doing a lot of work here on ABC.
George Michael was big in Philly.
And
he came to New York.
Wasn't Lee Mitch Reed also on there, on MCA?
I believe so, along with Joe O'Brien, I remember.
Yeah, some great
Scott
talent.
Muni, believe it or not, started on WABC. That's a little before my time.
Yeah.
But back those days...
Earl is always bragging that Scott Muni was on the tarmac when the Beatles come rolling up.
That's probably true.
Yep, he probably was.
But the bottom line was, back in those days, there was no segregation on the radio. You would hear the Rolling Stones, then the Temptations, then the Four Tops, and then the Beatles, and everybody had a transistor radio, and you only had AM in the car in those days. So basically, you switched back and forth to 57 AM or 77, and it was this incredible radio. And nowadays, with the talk format dominating AM radio, and I mean, when FM came along, it was just guys like whispering, hippies on the radio. Hey, this is Led Zeppelin, or hey, this is Black Sabbath. And FM was kind of scary in the beginning, but the AM, like I said, Herb Oscar and Cousin Brucey and Dan Ingram. And
now, did you, Heckler, at that time, did you pick one station over the other, or did you go back and forth?
I was an ABC guy.
Yeah,
I used to laugh at Dan Ingram. I thought he was hilarious, and Chuck Leonard was a great one. And they would come to your schools. They had promotions in Coney Island. And
nice.
And they would come over to Palisades Amusement Park, and everything was local. You would meet them.
Right.
It was the contests, have your school send in 5,000 labels, and we'll come, you know, it was just incredible.
I remember that, and then we'll get you the grassroots or some garbage.
Exactly.
Everybody's writing up these things.
And then you waited for the countdown, and you would see if the Cowsills could come with, you know, a little closer to the Turtles, and, you know, AM radio was incredible. They tried to bring it back a while back on NBC before they switched over to the Fan, and they had a show called The Time Machine with Jay Sorensen, and it was an overnight show, but that was probably back in the mid to late 80s, but I think ABC went talk back in 82. But it was a glorious time in music. There was no segregation, like I said. You put on the Stones.
I think the thing that hurt Top 40, and you can comment on this, Ben, was when people started to go, all right, now we're going to have a soft AC station, and they took some of that audience, and then, of course, when the urban stations started, when you had black DJs working...
Oh, sure.
Just playing black music.
But there have always been R&B stations from the beginning of time, pretty much. But he's right. You know, it was a totally non-segregated kind of format. And beyond that, there was no segregation of music forms. You could go from country to jazz to novelty hits to pop to rock to, you know, everything was on that jukebox.
Now, Dickie Goodman would come on, and then the Beatles, and And my first radio my mother got for me was a transistor radio from collecting plaid stamps.
Now,
Your first radio was from Marconi.
Ben, were these guys... That's funny. He bought the very first radio. Hey, Ben, were these guys picking their own songs?
Early on they were, until the Aorta scandals of the late 50s, and then, you know, the management took over. By the way, his point about disc jockeys visiting schools, I believe Rob and Fez also visit reform schools today, right?
Yeah, well, Fez is not...
Girl reform school.
Fez is not allowed to go in near any of the children under any circumstances.
Well, one final note, guys. I think NEW really is hallowed ground when it comes to music radio. Not exactly top 40, but...
Yeah, FM rock with the giants.
WNEW was the classic station.
And
absolutely.
Also, you said WNEW AM was the first place to play records on the radio, Ben?
I don't know about that. Martin Block.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in your book.
It's
page 1, Ben.
Oh, really?
It really is.
Yeah. I mean, Martin Block's people and Alan Jarvis's people in Los Angeles kind of fight for the right to say that they were the first true disc jockeys. But Martin Block on NEW AM was clearly one of the first ones with a make-believe ballroom.
So before that, they were playing real music or news on the radio?
They would have staff musicians that would go on there with a piano player or a small band and sing. And that was the music on radio. And, you know, early on, radio had no use for records. They didn't like the idea of promoting another entertainment form that might take people away from the radio. So, though, they had no interest in it at all. It was live entertainment.
So you just bring in a band and let them play.
Well, that's easier.
One of the guys that shows up in your book that we know, Buzz Bennett, what a character he was.
Alex Bennett?
Buzz Bennett.
Buzz.
Yeah.
Oh,
who was, you know, has worked in every single part of this business.
Right.
Alex Bennett, San Francisco also...
Yeah, he went to San Francisco after a long time at PLJ in New York.
And he kind of, is he more into the talk thing now?
Well, he's right now nothing right now. He's between jobs.
Yeah.
He went from sort of AOR radio to CNET radio, talking the high-tech stuff, but he's not been doing that for a while. He's always been kind of on the cutting edge on the technological front, so who knows where he will wind up next.
The book we're talking about is The Hits Just Keep On Coming, The History of Top 40 Radio. That's now out in paperback by Ben Fong Torres.
Hey, Rob, thanks a lot. Fez, thanks.
All right, we'll see you later, man.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. There he goes, Rob. He calls me Rob. That's Ben Fong Torres.
You're the real Ron Bennington.
This is Ben Fong Torres calling from Rolling Stone.
Hi, Ben Fong Torres.
And this is Ben Fong Torres. I'm the music editor at Rolling Stone magazine.
Hey, was that some of those things just hysterical, some of those air checks?
That's just a scream. The way they're just trying to... The guy who's working in Syracuse, so now he's Bruce the Moose or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it rhymes.
I go to number one on here, on this one.
Oh, okay.
This one lasts a little longer. Some of these air checks just crack me up.
All right. Here we go.
Well, happy third birthday to who? To all the guys here at WLS. We're 3 years old today. Do you realize that? Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Leonard Goldenson, you Fink, chairman of ABC. Happy birthday to all the jerky bosses. Stingy cheapskates wouldn't even give us coffee and cake. By third anniversary, they wouldn't even give us a birthday cake. They're so tight they squeak. Here's Cabaret with Bill Justice.
The first jock to attack management.
Yes. He later went on to become Don Geronimo.
That's how you know him today. That is a riot.
All right, here, did we do Johnny Holiday from Wynn's?
No,
Now, Wynn's also a big music station before they went to news?
Yeah, they hired Alan Freed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then Murray the K was there also. All right, here's Johnny Holiday.
Hour number 2 of the Johnny Holiday Show. We have 7 after 3 and 34 degrees. And Walking with Mr. Lee. From the Johnny Holiday Hall of Fame. That's Lee Allen called Walking with Mr. Lee. We have 9 minutes after 3 in WINS. Air conditioned for the warm summer months ahead.
Just a mile a minute. Golly.
All right, here's Mitchell Reed. I don't think we ran that one, did we?
B. Mitchell Reed.
All right.
Please don't kiss me again. 25 to the hour bit on WNC. The hits keep coming with B. Mitchell Reed in the wide, wide, weird world on WNCA. Swinging, grooviest, kookiest, sure shot of the week. It's Rumble. Jack Specs Nietzsche. Oh, I wish I could have made it a bell ringer.
Someone found the echo effect. Learned how to do that. Putting his headphones up to the microphone.
All right, here's Tom Donahue. He was very, very big.
And this is the way it all began with Hank Ballard and the original Twist. Yeah, that's the Twist done for us by my buddy Hank Ballard. That's the way it all began, my friend. 21 minutes until 1 o'clock radio KYA time. And now of the 300 or so records we receive every week, I'd guess about 250 of them are Twist. Most of them bad.
When you got stuck on a word, you just drew it out. My buddy.
Lots of times and temps. My buddy. Hello, everybody. They love to say everybody. Everybody's listening. Everybody's gathered around. Everybody.
Meep, meep. Big giant horn in there. You can just see him screaming at the kid working for him. Where's the giant horn?
Yeah, right. They didn't even have cards then. Some guys actually. Hold on.
I'm Mitchell Reed, damn it. Where's the big horn?
And then, you know, one of these guys, they would be number one with like a 30 share, and then get fired for having a fart sound effect. Get in here, B. Mitchell. Are you out of your mind?
You there, kid. What's your name? Pete Johnson. You're never going to make it. You forget my horn again, you go home wearing it.
I swear to God, Pete Johnson said this to me today. when the Limburg baby was kidnapped, we went on the air. It was the first time anyone stayed on 24 hours. We used to share our frequency with another station. Can you believe that?
He's broadcasting the Limburg baby kidnapping. We're searching Central Park. I'm going to throw it to you, Marty Block. What do you see?
All right, this on the instant feedback. Remember when WABC had the $25,000 contest where you had to wear the WABC button all the time? And at one time in this book, they just started calling themselves WA Beatles C.
Nice.
The Beatles were that big. Everybody had to be best friends with the Beatles.
Were they ever WABCCR?
No.
Never.
Never. They didn't. CCR did not get as big as you think.
Damn.
Robin Fez.
Now listen. Get it together, man. We're both professionals here, okay? I don't need to tell you this.
I think I like the fake Ben Fong Torres better than the real one.
I think he played himself in the movie. They sound exactly alike.
Crazy.
Whoever that kid was in Almost Famous that played Ben Fong Torres, he nailed it.
Hey, Patrick, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Patrick.
How you doing, boys?
Yeah.
Wolfman Jack. I don't know if you remember towards the tail end of his career, he was on NBC Radio overnight, and all he did was recorded intros, so he was never in the studios.
Yeah, what happened with Wolfman Jack is they would record that show in, like, California.
Mexico.
And then take it to Mexico. So he lived in L.A. and did it, like, somewhere, like, on Sunset Boulevard. And he would just go in and do his breaks. Then they would put these things in a truck, take it down to Mexico where you couldn't be arrested for having this 500,000-watt station that shot to Illinois.
I love the gimmick.
And then he's selling speed all night.
He's got his evenings free then, at that point.
Hey, Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a long-time listener. I hate to drop stuff here, but Matt Devotee brought me lunch to the body shop at the time I was working.
Man, you do go way back.
Wow.
I hate to drop this name, but Opie did too. Yeah, he did too. BAB out in Long Island, 102.3. We'll deliver lunch on a rock break for your lunch in your body shop. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we used to send out bagels in one morning show we did.
Yeah, it's true.
Some kind of office special for your office.
Just surprise any office. Stop in with the bagels.
Yeah.
And some orange juice. Here you go.
Wasn't that your gig for a while?
That was me, yeah. I took the bagels out.
Yeah.
And then I'd always just find some office really close to the station, so it didn't take all day.
Hey, look who's on the phone here. It's Ice Cream Girl. How you doing, Ice Cream Girl?
Hi,
Hello?
Ice Cream Girl.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Fez.
Hey, hon.
How are you doing?
I know this is kind of off topic. I don't want to stray you from what you're doing, but I just want to see how Ronnie was feeling.
I'm awful, honey.
I know. Did you take the vitamins?
Fez wouldn't get them for me. I asked Fez to get me vitamin C.
And zinc.
And zinc.
When did you ask me for that?
Earlier. And he goes, I can't, Ron. I'm too busy smoking pot.
You know,
that's what happened. I got you a can of High C and the CD Pink.
You're being a wise guy, but I'm telling you, it works. It totally, whatever you're feeling, vitamin C and zinc, it'll cure it.
All right, we'll look into that. But thank you for worrying about me.
I want you to feel better.
Nobody else has been worried about me. And literally, I'm the sickest person on the planet right now.
Ever?
You have a sore throat, right? I told you to take Theraflu.
Yeah, oh shit.
Theraflu works.
Flare through, that'll send it right to your chest.
My doctor told me that this is worse than JFK's pain.
And he got shot right in his head.
Yeah. Well, it's not really a doctor, but my doorman once dated a receptionist.
Oh, okay.
And he told me.
All right.
Yeah. It's not really a doctor, but the guy I buy pills from.
All right, guys. Ronnie, you better take care of yourself.
I will.
Thanks, Ice Cream Girl.
Thank you, guys.
You were here Friday. Did you hear Billy got sent home?
No, I didn't. What happened? I missed the whole saga. You guys got to fill me in.
Shite shirt. Went and swilled on him.
Right.
And what, he got suspended?
No, I think he just went home mad. But it's been so nice without him.
It really has been quiet.
Yeah.
without any of the shiznit around.
When is Billy coming back?
I guess that after he cleans Al's little vest.
I think he has to pay Al's dry cleaning bill, and we're done with it. I hope.
Oh, my God. Well, you guys have to fix that.
Okay, baby.
All right. Thank you. And feel better, Ronnie.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.
Thanks, Ice Cream Girl.
She's so nice. I wish Al would be nicer to her.
He should be.
Yeah, he should. He's a
What's wrong with that boy?
Well, his shirt.
Oh, yeah, that just stinks.
Crap shirt.
That just stinks. It amazed me he still wore it.
Yeah.
He wore it back in here tonight.
Cow pie.
Ugh, never washed it.
You know, Billy's bigger than a cow pie. Billy's log was bigger than an elephant's log. So.
It's that Jurassic Park dung that they always fall into. 877-692-1027.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. It's Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW.
Pontiac sales event going on now at Greenbrook Pontiac Buick GMC.
Right now, you can drive away with any new Pontiac from New Jersey's #1 Pontiac Buick GMC dealer. With just $29 down, you can choose from over 200 Pontiacs that are ready to go. If you've had credit problems or are concerned about your current car loan, don't worry. Greenbrook will make it happen for you.
Do it like a boss jock. Let's hear some of that.
Now's the time to buy Sporty Sunfire, the luxurious Bonneville and all-new Grand Prix or Grand Am. $29 delivers it now. For more info, check out Greenbrook's insert in your local paper or just visit them on Route 22 in East Greenbrook, New Jersey.
Hey, Pooh with the clue, what's that thing about ski lift tickets?
Test drive any vehicle and receive a free pair of lift tickets to an area ski resort while supplies last. That's right. Test drive any vehicle and receive a free pair of lift tickets to an area ski resort while supplies last. Pontiac sales event in Greenbrook, Pontiac Buick GMC on Route 22 East, Greenbrook, New Jersey. Call 877-968-7274. That's 877-968-7274. Pontiac excitement. Pass it on.
Ron and Fez. 1027 WNEW.
The Ron and Fez Show presents Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Bayonne, New Jersey by Joe Poo. I learned to give donations to the homeless, especially when they're sleeping and you donate a number 2 on their face. For everything I need to know I learned in Bayonne, New Jersey, I'm Joe Poo.
We're Ron and Fez, 1027 WNEW.
Joe Poo doing the spots tonight for me, Fuzzy, because my throat is just so raw.
Still.
Look who showed up tonight. It's French bread pizza. Hi, Frenchie.
Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Fezzy.
Hi, Frenchie. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. We haven't seen you in a while.
I know. I missed you guys. I came in to stop by. I had to say hi.
She's wearing a little thong, too, tonight.
Aw. That's going to make Ronnie feel better.
Yeah. I knew it would. That's why I came
I wouldn't
in.
let her touch me. That's how sick I am.
Yeah.
That's the best medicine.
Sicker than Karen and Quinlan right now. That's sick.
That's real sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. Ronnie, we have a spy report, an update.
Hold on.
Spy report. Spy report.
Out of Texas, Andrea Yates, earlier this evening, found guilty as charged on 2 counts of capital murder.
She's the one who drowned her kids?
She's the one who drowned her 5 children. Mm-hmm. She was trying to plead insanity. The jury said, she may be a little nuts, but she knew what she was doing.
Now, how only 2 counts if there was 5 kids?
That's what I was wondering. Now, 2 of the kids were on the same charge. They said it was during the commission of the same crime. So 2 of the boys were listed as 1 count. The second count was death of a child under age 6. So that covers 3 of the kids in 2 counts. Now, what prosecutors did was they didn't prosecute her for the 2 other kids that she drowned. Because they didn't want, if she got off on this, they didn't want a sweeping verdict where she wasn't responsible for any of it.
Yeah.
So they held 2 back in case they needed to recharge her.
Smart.
So in Texas, of course, she is up for life in prison or the death penalty. And knowing the Texans, they'll be putting her on a slab.
They kill women and retards in Texas.
They got no problem, and she's both. So they got no problem there whatsoever.
Now, the children that they held back, are they able to prosecute on those?
I guess they still could if they wanted to.
The kids that were held back are really going to end up catching up in later years, I think. That's the thing. You hold back, and they mature. Kids mature at a different age.
They were held way back.
They were dirty.
So Andrea Yates guilty, 2 counts of capital murder in Texas. Running in the, boy, you thought your family was nuts category. 33-year-old woman, she was arrested yesterday actually, for storming a Bronx middle school with her daughter and attacking another student. Now, the way this went down was the 2 girls, the 14-year-old daughter and another girl, got into a fight at school.
Right.
All right. So school security comes in. They bust it up. One girl goes to the office. The other girl hightails it home. The girl that went home went and told her mother what happened. The girl gets a hammer. The mother grabs a baseball bat. They show up back at the Bronx Middle School, bust their way past security, who had already been informed they were on their way, make it into the school office, and start wailing on the other girl, bashing her in the thigh with bats and hammers.
Wow. Highway trash. Right here they were breaking through.
Man, that's too much. But you know what? I love a mom that'll stick up for a kid. I love it when that happens.
Right.
When families stick together, no matter what the consequences, they're going to go kick a little ass together, horseman style.
Yeah, but you're like the Munsters at that point. Remember, somebody would always bring, like, their brother to school to beat up a teacher or their dad?
Uh-huh.
That's why they started putting cops in school. It wasn't for the kids. It's for when they brought their older brother or their dad to kick out the legs underneath their science teacher.
I remember in our neighborhood, we had a kid who was always beating up on littler kids. This kid, his name was Bart. He was huge. And I remember Mrs. Pruitt. He had whacked her kid, Charles, one too many times, and she came out just chasing that kid. I can't remember what she had in her hand, some sort of kitchen thing. Like a spatula or a big spoon or something.
The mom went after a kid?
Yeah. So I don't know if she got on him or not, but she went whacking. She chased him down the street.
We were playing football in this kid's backyard, and he had a tree that was just like one stick up in the air, right? It was like the crappiest tree ever. He gets tackled right on top of that stupid stick tray. The thing lodges in his rectum.
Oh, my gosh!
Very dangerous, right? It's stuck there. He's screaming. We're all standing around pointing. His mom comes out of the house screaming that we're animals and taking swings at us.
While she's trying to get the tree detached from her kid's hiney.
Also, one time, I always like to see when a guy gets drunk. We were at the Little League Baseball. Nice coach happens to show up drunk one time with his mean dog.
Oh, okay.
On a night that he wasn't scheduled to coach, and offering to sick the dog on anyone. So last we ever saw him. This dog will tear your arm off.
That's excellent. I love that. I remember at a T-ball game, we had a parent it was a mother, come out of the bleachers and push the referee.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
So,
I saw a mother and father at a father and son at a baseball game, kick the ump's legs out from underneath him. They leg swept him, kicked his legs out, and started swinging at the guy.
I love it when families attack as a unit.
We're all just sitting there going, oh, man, the Campbells are nuts. I'm on the other team, and I'm thinking, oh, God, this isn't worth it. It's not worth it. Who cares?
Here's the thing. When a family, they whack each other, they're constantly getting in fistfights, they know each other's moves.
Right.
So when they turn on a common enemy...
Yeah, they'll keep them in a corner. Exactly. It's like the Simone SWAT team.
They know exactly what to do. They fly in formation.
My mother used to drive me to all my fights. She would go around and make me look for the kid because she said, if you don't kick his ass, I'm going to kick your ass.
I had the same kind of mom. I hated that.
So I'm fighting this kid, and we're on a lawn, and I got him pinned down, and she's yelling, rub his face in the dog ass. There's a little pile of it right next to her.
How old were you?
Oh, this was like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And she's screaming, rub his face in the dog ass. So I had to mush it in there, or else my mom would kick my ass.
Joe Poo, she should have been in your corner when you fought Al. Al Dukes.
She was always good for a rumble.
But why don't they understand when you go home, you're coming home crying, they'll go back and hit him. I'm like, excuse me, Mom, what the F you think I tried? You think if I could have taken this guy out, I'd be walking back here crying with my nose bleeding? This is failure. Get used to it. Now let me go lay down and get me a sandwich. There's parents, they don't understand.
No, not whatsoever. Man, I remember my older brother, Corky. My dad would lock the door and not let him in until he went down the street and beat up that kid that kept beating him up.
What are you going to do, I guess?
How about do it with the rest of us?
How about get... Yeah, right. By that time, they start being educated.
And realizing the damage they had done to that retard.
Well, look at him. He's a half-a-tard, that boy of yours.
He is. He absolutely is. And still looking for fights.
Now, does it seem like kids fight a lot less now than when we were younger? I felt like I had to fight every day.
Yeah, there was always something going on. Someone was always running home from school.
Right.
Because something was going down. Or at the bus stop.
Well, it's not one-on-one anymore. Like, I remember going to school and it was always gangs of kids would jump you when you were by yourself.
Sure, with your mom, why wouldn't they?
They had to. She was drunk all the time.
We all walked to school and jumped a kid a lot for riding the bus to a different school. That was our only big problem. We thought he was an idiot.
We had
a bus rider. We'd wait for him. The kid was going, oh, F. He'd come out of his bus running as hard as he could.
We had a kid. We're at the bus stop one morning, and the bus is like 45 minutes late. So everyone's just all jacked up. We ain't going to school today. There's no bus. This kid, Harvey, was literally his name, comes walking back up to the bus stop. He goes, don't worry. I had my mom call the school. The bus will be right here. That kid was going to take such a beating. And then he kept getting beat up every day. So his dad put together like this big-ass night of fights in the backyard. And he actually told the kid, you want to fight my kid? You're going to do it in my backyard.
Why?
What a nut.
So and all the kids gathered control? I guess so, gathered around their backyard. And we had an afternoon of prize fights.
Were they wearing gloves or in their bare-fisted?
I think they're bare-fisted. Yeah, they're definitely bare-fisted.
All right, Marty, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Marty.
Hey, big-ass card hold number 11803. Hey, guys, interesting little story. Before we met my brother's future wife, now ex-wife, as it turns out.
Sure.
She had actually run away from her family, and she was, like, kind of living with us for a week, and we had never met her family. So then they called us for, like, a powwow. They wanted to meet, like, Steve's parents. So my mom and my sister actually went over with screwdrivers in their pockets because they weren't sure if these were violent people. So they actually went over, like, armed to this house.
Wasn't it a good thing that they were getting married, though? I'm very confused.
Was it a good thing? Well, this was before they were engaged or anything.
Okay.
This is when they were dating. Like, they were only dating a little while. She was, like, living with us because they were very strict parents, like, from another ethnic group, didn't like her dating someone who wasn't in their ethnic group.
So your mom, to prove that she was living at an okay house, sharpened a screwdriver, hid it in her apron to go over there.
Made a shiv.
Well, Mom's always ready to throw down.
Yeah.
So as it turned out, they get over there, right? And they're expecting, like, some kind of big-ass night of fights, I guess. And what happens is they are the nicest, most normal people. Turns out that my brother's girlfriend at the time must have been a little off.
Yeah, she was a nut. That's sick, bitch.
They bring them in, they have, like, pastries and coffee and all this kind of stuff. And then her dad says, oh, let me take your coats, which are now, with screwdrivers and various sharp instruments.
Oh, got it. Let me take that armor, and I'll put that out for you.
They take her coat, brass knucks fall out.
And, things, the relationship was a torrid one after that, but that was the first time we met her family, or that they met her family.
All right, thanks.
So, all right, hey, sit.
I had two neighbors fighting with each other on my block, and as one turned around to go home, the other one hit him in the ass. Actually, came down their spine with a pickaxe.
Oh man!
Swung at him a second time and missed. The guy's bleeding like you wouldn't imagine, staggering across my lawn.
Oh!
I just looked at my folks and go, "Can we move? Is it too much to move?"
877-692-1027.
Here's Jason. He's a 14-year-old kid. wants to tell us about fighting in school now. Jason.
Hey, Jason.
At my school, we kind of had evolution of fighting.
Yeah.
It used to be one-on-one. Then it went in 6th grade. Then the 7th grade was gang fights. This year it's pencil shooters. When we're bored, we take pencils and Scotch tape, make crossbows and stuff, and shoot them at each other, try to take each other's eye out. Or at lunch, try to hit the birds that come for the food.
All right, so it's just kind of more of a fun thing that,
No,
you're shooting pencils.
It's still trying to,
It's
beat
still
the crap
war.
out of the other kid. It's just evolved. It's sickening.
Right. Thanks a lot, kid. Careful with those pencils. Someone's going to get lead poison. So I made a little joke there to try to diffuse the problem. Here's Rich. Rich on Run of Fez.
Hello, Rich.
Hey, big gas card holder 9828. When I was growing up, we were having a fight with the neighbor. His mother actually wanted to referee the fight. She said, we'll come into the field and she'll referee the fight and make sure it's a fair fight.
No, you're kidding me, right?
No.
Sounds like lumberjack rules to me.
Yeah, she was going to come out and make sure it was a fair fight. I mean, I was 6 inches taller than him.
Right, and you're going I'm going to trust you, lady, just because you have a striped
the fight was gonna
shirt.
last 2 minutes.
Doesn't mean, right.
I know, it's like Stephanie McMahon Helmsley getting to be special referee.
When you're punching a kid in front of his mother, though, that's the lowest.
Well, that fight never happened because he chickened out.
Even with the ref on his side. He couldn't be sure that she was going to take his side.
All right, thanks, man.
See you.
877-692-1027.
Hawk fact. Hawk fact.
Oh, God. What do you got, Hawk? What happened in Queens?
There were these two kids fighting, and one of the kids' mom was actually a teacher there. Teacher at the school. It was in the schoolyard, and she was, watching the lunchroom that day, and she tried to break it up. And somehow she just got into a screaming match with one of the kids, and then another teacher came, and then she started fighting with the other teacher.
Oh, that's cool.
So the whole lunchroom has it just standing there watching these two teachers scream at each other.
Starts out with 2 kids, ends up with 2 teachers.
It was just the most bizarre thing ever.
Did you almost drop your Casey Kasem top 40 list that you were keeping for yourself?
No, I kept that to myself.
I have Coward of the County moving up to number 7.
That should beat Betty Davis' eyes.
All right, I'm dying. That last one made me die. All right, here is John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John. John.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. You're on the air.
Hey, how you guys doing? Great show.
Yes,
I just wanted to.
Everybody loves Robin Fez.
Right. Well, what used to happen at our school was we used to get, there would be word of a fight, and it would spread throughout the school. And what we would do is we had this gladiator pit out by the railroad tracks.
Now, where'd you go to school, Rome?
Yeah, we get the 2 guys.
It was near the Parthenon.
What's that?
Go ahead.
No, we get the 2 guys or 2 girls, whatever it was, into this pit. We'd have 60 or 70 kids cheering them on to the death. It was a wild scene.
I'm not falling for it, but thanks.
He's trying to say he went to post-apocalyptic middle school.
What was that, the class of 99? Remember that movie? Hey, Richie. Richie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Richie.
How you guys doing?
What can we do for you, Rich?
All right, I got a good story for you. I'm from Long Island. Back when we were younger, we had this bully on the block, and he used to beat us up every time we would walk to school or back and forth from school. So my father made me this shirt, and he put nails and thumbtacks in it. And he said, all right, let this kid beat you up now. So I went across the street, and he actually beat me up, and they had to remove 2 of his fingers.
Oh, my gosh.
From punching you?
Yeah. They sewed them back on, but he actually, because he was beating me up, and he's thinking it's my blood. And then he realized it was his own.
And he started screaming?
Yeah. And
now, did your dad get in some trouble for putting you in this crazy armor?
No, he didn't. Well, it was winter time, so I had this, a big snow jacket on, and under that I had these nails and thumbtacks all sticking out like a porcupine.
I love the idea of the nail suit.
Thank you.
All right, that's a great story.
I may have Al Duke start wearing one around here.
But couldn't the father be put away for that one?
Seems like it.
No, it's like leaving a bear trap out for kids.
877-692-1027. I'd wear that nail jacket every day if I was that kid.
My dad used to make me carry mace around whenever I went anywhere in town. Or bring one of my brothers, because I'm the oldest of 4. So it was like if you...
Your brother's name is Mace, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I had to carry mace around on my shoulder, on the shoulder right here. Yeah.
You're so cute. I'd only play dress-up day with you every time I saw you. It's dress-up day. It's dress-up day. All right, now, for the second time tonight, it's Joe Poo's sister.
What the F?
Who wants us to tell us about Joe.
All right, once again, we go to Colleen Poo.
Hello?
She's our Frida.
I have a good story. It's a very good story.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
When Joey was in, like, 2nd grade, he got into a fight with some kid in his class, and he couldn't beat him up himself, and I was, like, 2 years old. And I went my mom to pick him up from school, and I had to go and beat up this kid for Joey.
Is this true, Joe?
At 2 years old, you beat up a kid that your older brother couldn't beat up?
Yes, I did.
This kid, one day after school, I asked my parents, and I'm walking down the block, and he's kicking me in my ass. So then I go crying, and my mother shows up with my sister, and we start fighting, and I think he hit me in the face, and I just see my sister run and jump on his back and take him down.
Like in that movie Parenthood. That's my sister!
What a bunch of animals. Bayonne animals.
You realize for essing in your pants, you deserve to get kicked in your ass all the way home.
Well, I wouldn't use the bathrooms in school, so that's what would happen quite frequently.
You do the same thing here. I think it just makes you feel comfortable and warm. We got to take a break. Thanks, Colleen Poo.
All right.
All right, we'll talk to you in another few minutes, I guess.
Yeah, bye, Boo Bear. Boo Bear. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. It's Ron and Fez.
Ron, Fez, 1027 WNEW.
For the New York Health and Racket Club, here's the boy who had to be saved by his 2-year-old sister. Go ahead, Joe Poo.
Celebrate this month's grand opening of New York Health and Racket Club, 8th and largest location at 23rd and 6th. Join at any HRC location during March at a very special grand opening prices. Pay as you go, no long-term contract plans. At New York Health and Racket Club, enjoy impeccably maintained indoor pools, steam rooms, oversized Turkish rock saunas, and soothing mineral whirlpool baths.
Say it like you just squirted in your pants again, like at school.
Enjoy the most innovative exercise classes in the industry, including dancing, ballet, and even ballroom dancing.
Ballroom?
Ballroom. Where you'll master the foxtrot, waltz, rumba, cha-cha, and swing. Don't wait. Go to any of HRC's 8 conveniently located full-service facilities. Uptown, downtown, Eastside Village, and visit HRC's brand new 40,000-square-foot super club at 23rd and 6th in Chelsea. Get to New York Health and Racket Club today and experience why HRC is consistently voted Manhattan's best health club. Call 1-800-HRC-BEST. That's 1-800-HRC-BEST, or log on to hrcbest.com today.
Ron and Fez, Joe Poo telling you about Sam Adams, America's better beer.
Well, the college basketball tournament kicks off on Thursday, March 14th. Basketball. It's a great American pastime, and Sam Adams, a great American beer. They go hand in hand. There's no better way to celebrate your favorite team's victory than with America's best-tasting beer, Sam Adams.
How would a Chinese person feel about America's better-tasting beer?
Oh, I reckon you Sam Adams, Mr. Fezzy Watley. Whenever we're in the back office, we always drink Sam Adams after the show. It helps us relax. It's great tasting, smooth, and terrific. I love Sam Adams. I'll drink Sam Adams.
How would Dracula feel about Sam Adams?
Oh, I love Sam Adams. After I drink blood, I drink Sam Adams, America's best-tasting beer.
Go back to what you're doing. I don't like that.
Oh, I don't hang out with Dracula, but I do love Sam Adams beer. You know what? Today I had a cheeseburger for lunch, and they say don't drink during the day, but I have a Sam Adams with my cheeseburger. It makes it go down nice and smooth, because Sam Adams is smooth. Great tasting, and did I mention it's America's best beer? Spring Ale is great as well.
Be a better beer drinker. Drink a better beer, Sam Adams. It's America's world-class beer.
Ron and Fez. Frequency 1027 WNEW.
The Ron and Fez Show presents Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Bayonne, New Jersey by Joe Poo. I learned that a safe man is a responsible man, but a frugal man can use a condom twice without breaking it. For everything I need to know, I learned in Bayonne, New Jersey. I'm Joe Poo.
All right, Joe, doing a much better job of protecting my throat. Thank you, Joe. You're doing a much better job tonight.
Thank you.
You're the new Billy Staples.
Nice. Billy Staples, of course, out of the building after his meeting with Al Dukes and Jeremy Coleman management this afternoon.
To me, I think Al blew this out of proportion. I don't think it's as big as he's letting on. Although we never did hear from Billy tonight. That might mean that he's out. You know how he gets. I'm so sick I've been wearing my heavy coat for the past half hour. Can that help you or just hurt you?
I think that's only going to hurt you.
Why?
I think you're getting yourself too hot.
No, believe me, I'm freezing.
When you go outside, you're going to get a chill.
Yeah, see, now
I'm
you
going to go outside and get in a cab.
There's a little space between the cab that you could get the chill.
You got nothing now.
Joe, I said help me with my throat. Don't be my doctor.
Sorry. You let your doorman be your doctor. Why can't I?
Because you crap your pants and need your baby sister to help you to fight.
We got to hear that great story. Another great Poo moment in history.
Fez and I are going to leave a little earlier tonight so we can see the Towers of Light. So you lucky bastards, hi everybody, are going to be able to hear a Fezatorial.
Nice.
And the old Producer Hill thing where we made fun of Al.
Oh, okay. Great.
No,
Al Dukes with his 1,000-yard stare.
Now I feel like I want to hear that myself.
Why'd the cabbie play it?
Yeah, well, I get in there and there's that radio Haitian that's going on.
I never understand what the political talk shows are in the cabs. They're always in some sort of French or something going on.
Yeah, but
or
then
clicks and whistles. And then you'll always hear,
George W. Bush.
Then me and Fezzy got a cab the other night with a white guy, an American guy, first time in forever. He wouldn't shut up getting into our conversation.
I actually brought up a Letterman thing to Ronnie.
Right.
I'm asking him, what exactly was the big problem with Letterman when he hosted the Oscars? And the cabbie turns around before Ronnie even answers me and says, he didn't show it enough respect.
He really, you gotta say, sometimes Dave gets a little disrespectful. I myself, I couldn't believe some of the things he was doing. Stupid pet tricks at the Oscars. That ass don't fly, buddy. It's the Oscars. That's total class.
I was asking the other passenger. Thank you. He commented on everything. The entire trip home.
Jose, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Jose.
Boys, what's going on?
Hey.
Listen, don't leave early tonight. It's overcast. You really can't see the lights very well at all.
Yeah, but we're going to actually be in Manhattan.
Yeah, I really don't. I mean, go ahead, give it a shot, but I think you're going to be disappointed. I think you should wait for a clear night.
I'm disappointed anyway.
Well, that's always.
I'll tell you what.
Disappointed last night I didn't see him.
If I can't see him,
right?
That'll be it for me. I'll never try again.
No!
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Can we send somebody up to the roof now to see whether it'll work out, Rory?
Yeah, let's make sure they're on, because when they first started talking about this, one of the things was they said if it's too cloudy, they'll turn them off so the light isn't bouncing into everyone's windows.
I'll run up there right now.
Okay, good.
All right. Go for it.
All right, I'm going to count. Ready? 1, 2. Jesus.
Oh, is he slow?
He's slow. He's not the quickest.
No. 877-692-1027.
No, he looks slow standing next to Joe, who looks literally, Fezzy, like he just crapped his pants.
You didn't squirt again, did you?
No, I haven't done that since the 2nd grade.
I'm not believing that at all.
I'm not believing it either. No time at all.
There was this one time in 8th grade. I was playing football, and I had, you know what?
I'm still laughing about the picture of you getting walked down the sidewalk with another kid kicking you in your fanny the whole way.
He was.
Because you messed yourself, and you get another kick.
And he's chanting. He's going, ass pants, ass pants.
Nice
that
language.
Kid's adorable. I wish he was working for us.
That's the go-getter we want.
He's in prison now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
For what?
I think he got a couple women pregnant.
That don't make you a bad person.
But something else legally happened, and I'm not exactly sure.
Women who are pregnant, they don't put you in jail for it.
No, but there was something illegal he did after that, I think.
Were they underage?
That might have been.
They were overage.
That might have been it.
Was he not paying child support?
I don't know, but he did show up.
Or the babies, when they crap their diapers, was he just kicking them in the ass all the way down the sidewalk?
Ass pants, ass pants.
Because you're not allowed to do that. Not whatsoever.
Look at Frenchie's boots. The beautiful French bread pizzas with us. French, you got any new pics up on your site?
I put a few new pictures up there, but...
You've been getting very slow with that.
My roommates are going away for spring break, so this week should be picking up.
And you're not?
Where are they going?
No, not. Somewhere in the Caribbean, I'm not sure, though.
Nice.
Yeah.
When I went to the Caribbean...
Hoity-toity college you go to.
When I went to the Caribbean, they used to call it the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah, that's old school. Sure. Nope.
They don't call it that anymore.
No, it's all done.
Now, this weekend, our interns had to spring break at Panama City, Florida, and they have an assignment. Wonder Boy has got to get, what did we decide on, 50?
Yeah.
50 shots of topless women, flashing.
Yeah.
He's got to bring back all the snapshots that he gets, and if he does, him and Joe Poo and Rachel the Tenacious C, they get 10 minutes of airtime on Ron and Fez to put together a nice New York City air check for themselves.
Now, if they get 100 girls, they get a full break.
Mm-hmm. They get an entire break.
It doesn't sound hard until you think that they have to actually have the girls pose for them and hold up something for Ron and Fez.
I'm telling you, it's not going to be that difficult.
Yeah?
What I'm hoping, they only get 100, and then Rachel the Tenacious C has their break.
Oh, nice.
Would you do that, Rach?
If you were one shy.
I don't know if I could. I don't think you guys will respect me in the morning.
No, we wouldn't.
No, not one bit.
You don't understand, honey. We don't respect anybody. We don't respect ourselves. We live in filth. All right, so you wouldn't do it to get the air check.
I think I would try as hard as I could not to.
Okay.
But
I'm going to help him as much as I can.
But you're 49. The plane's leaving.
Right.
You're flying out. You're not going to get a shot on the air. You got Wonder Boy, a.k.a. Ray Ray, begging you.
Why does he
what
have
if we
two
went to a
names?
strip club? Would that count? Can I just
No.
pay someone to do it? Oh.
Because they have pasties.
Right.
I'll bring them around back.
And there's got to be some sort of Ron and Fez logo in each picture,
Have you guys
right?
made up a sign yet?
We're working on it. We're narrowing it down.
For what? You put Ron and Fez...
They're trying to figure out how to spell Ron.
102.7 WNEW. Oh, I'll even accept a Rob and Fez.
The thing they can't spell is WNEW.
Now listen. Get it together, man. We're both professionals here, okay? This is Ben Fong Torres calling from Rolling Stone.
Hi, Ben Fong Torres.
That's a sexy name.
Ben can do it.
He'd take Annie Leibovitz with him.
So what do you think? No?
No, on me
Well,
doing it?
On being number 50 or number 100?
I don't know if I could.
I might give you guys an hour.
Oh.
Wow.
You gotta do it. If we're a couple of shy, I'm throwing family members in there.
Well, I haven't seen your family naked.
Hey, this is Tara Lipinski.
I would pay for that. I'll give you 2 hours for Tara Lipinski.
Do you think you could do it?
No. Tara Lipinski, split beef. I give you guys 4 hours.
Wow, an entire show.
Split beef in front of my face. I gotta be able to smell it.
That's all it takes.
I'm gonna work on that. That'd be a very valuable picture.
All you gotta do is invite her to some family reunion. By the way, Tara Lipinski's Joe Poo's first cousin.
Sure, she
Invite
is.
her to some family reunion, fake a funeral, something, and wait till she's gotta go squat.
And get her to split beef.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
Wait till she's gotta go to the can.
She's the side of the family that has what we call class.
No, ass.
Of course she's not going to take the picture of herself and send it in. Your side of the family has to take care of that.
Well, if she drank, I could get her drunk, but I don't think she drinks.
When's the last time you saw her?
Funeral.
When?
Last March.
Did you talk to her?
Yeah, brief conversation.
What was that conversation? What did you say to
Nice
her?
medal.
Was she wearing her medal to the funeral?
No, she wasn't wearing them to the funeral.
I would. I swear. I'd be effing Kurt Angle. I'd wear them everywhere I went.
Oh.
Got to be low profile at those things.
I'd come in, medals on with a split beef. If I'm her.
Morning. And then a black veil.
How much airtime for the medal?
No, I don't care about the medal. If I get to jack on the medal, I'll give you an hour and a half.
I'd like to pose with it. That'd be nice. Did you have her skates on at the funeral?
No, it was cold out, but there was no ice.
All right, people are writing in. Opie says he's related to Sarah Hughes. So Joe Poo says he's related to Tara Pinsky. That is true. You never even said anything about that.
I think he said that recently. I probably told you guys about a year ago I was related to her.
That's weird that two guys at work both have cousins that are Olympic gold medalists.
I'm both trying to get them to split beef.
When
I'm so sick right now. Where the hell is Rory?
He's headed up to the roof. Last night when he tried to check it out, he had to go up the last 35 flights of stairs because the elevators weren't running.
I can't stress how sick I am. I'm letting Joe Poo read the commercials, knowing that's going to come back to haunt us.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, we're in trouble for that.
Because you sound like an idiot doing Dracula, doing the big sponsors.
Why would you do a Dracula
You
voice?
told me to do Dracula.
I don't recall that.
And the Chinese guy?
And does your cousin come to funerals like this? Does she come into rooms to this music?
No, she does not. And she does not wear her skates all the time.
Who's she fighting at WrestleMania?
Tara!
She got a WrestleMania match yet?
No, I don't think so.
877-692-1027.
Hey, is Rory going to make me beg? I got calls. I just don't want to go to him, Fez. I got, I want Rory's big thing.
Maybe he blew off the roof and fell.
Excuse me, ma'am?
He said it was windy up there last night, right?
I doubt if he's even up there yet.
If he blew off there.
What if we look out the window and we see him go right past us?
I'll have to figure out a way of blaming that on Fez.
What?
Well, I'm already doing that with the other situation. Why not you just take all the heat?
He was upset about his paycheck, Jeremy. We'll do it, Jason Williams.
Yeah, right.
We're pretty sure he was suicidal. Jason Williams actually got those charges added to his list. Besides reckless manslaughter, now he's got evidence tampering and investigation hampering.
She's showing me her little G-string over here, Fez. She's driving me crazy.
That's the best medicine for you. You're going to be feeling better soon.
I'm afraid that you're right. All right, now you're just teasing.
I'm trying to make you feel better.
I know. In the meantime, Rachel doesn't even want to do that for 2 hours of free programming.
I know. That's all it would take. You get a show to yourself. Ronnie and I just step aside.
Yeah. Finally take a night off.
And we're gracious enough to step aside.
How about this? I'm sitting here sick as hell. Hope he comes by. You guys taking your vacation next week? We're like, what vacation? Oh, I thought everybody was taking vacations.
See, we've got to be kept in the loop. We need someone who's going to let us know when everyone's taking days off.
All right, here's a guy who wants you to check out his website, Frenchie.
Yeah?
So that you can see him. It's BrooklynLiveCam.com. I guess he's a stud.
Yeah.
We'll be able to check him out.
What's his story? Is he a male Frenchie?
You need a new man. Because the guy that you're dating now, a dick.
Yeah.
That's what we hear.
Yeah, I agree.
Dick.
I hear that from everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that guy you're seeing.
I know. I missed you guys last Friday.
I know.
Yeah.
Everybody was here. We were having fun.
Yeah.
And I go, where's Frenchie?
And you missed it.
It was the dick.
Because you're going out with a dick.
Yep. I'm sorry.
Dump him.
Whatever happened to you? Oh, I don't want to get tied down with one guy.
I still don't. That's why I'm here tonight. It's my liberation.
Well, Billy's not in the bathroom doing anything tonight. I miss it all.
Yeah, right.
We don't have drunk Jersey girls hanging out doing the power hour. Those Jersey girls were great, by the way.
Well, let me just say this. No, GVAC, no. It ain't going to happen.
Why?
That GVAC is a dog.
He's a dog, but he's using us as bait, and it ain't going to happen. It's wrong.
D-O-G dog.
All right, I keep going to this thing, and I can't see any pictures of this guy.
Yeah.
And I can't be responsible for taking an hour for this. The guy could have come over by now. Oh, God, I'm so sick. I'm dying. I'm absolutely dying. All right, hold on. Here comes the picture.
And what's the website?
I don't know. BrooklynLiveCam.com. All right, now I'm supposed to put in my nickname. I don't know. Oh, there he is, right there.
Nice. All right, he came up on this computer.
Oh, I saw him the other night.
Oh, what's his name?
Riviera John.
All right, get him to wave to us so we can see him.
I don't remember, but I do remember talking to him the other night. He was in one of the chat rooms.
Really?
Now he disappeared. Where'd he go?
Now he's gone. Where's he going?
He's getting a gun. Wait a minute, Fez, that's our studio. How the hell did he get in?
What? It's coming from inside the building.
All right, his name is Yayo Foyer. Isn't that Coke? Yayo Foyer.
Yeah.
Don't they call Coke Yayo?
Yayo, yeah.
Yayo, I love it.
I don't know why I know that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
All right, Yayo, start waving to us.
Yayo. Yayo. Yayo.
He's got a good look.
Travis Bickle showed me this website that it's only pictures of teens who got naked on their little cams at home. So if you got kids, don't get one of these effing cams.
Oh,
they
right.
all pull their cans out.
Yeah, that's all they wanted, is to show their little booties on. It's the only reason they want it for.
What the hell happened to Rory?
He's going up flights of stairs. He's nowhere near the roof yet.
All right, he's writing back. I'm going to just say wave to us. So we know that it's you.
Wave, Yayo. At BrooklynLiveCam.com.
I don't get it. Look at Hawk over there going like a mile a minute.
Hawk, where did you learn those typing skills? How long have you been in the secretarial pool here at WNEW?
Between our girlfriends, I spend a lot of time on the computer.
What girlfriends?
Our girlfriends?
No, girls I've dated.
Really? You're not with the girl that you were with before?
No, it was a really bad attempt at humor on my part. I mean, like online porn, so I'm good at typing.
Wow, I only like you drunk. I only like you drunk.
Wow.
You're only funny drunk.
I'm still not sure where that was going. Why are you typing porn? All right, he finally waved.
Finally.
He finally caught, the webcam finally caught up.
A little lag time on this.
Yeah.
All right, Sheepy said maybe Roy flew off on his gold jet. Sheepy, please.
Sheepy has a problem with everyone. Let's face it, he's a ball buster.
Sheepy used to be the nicest kid.
And now he's just mean. He's just mean to people.
Yeah, he is. Roy can't help it that he's born wealthy.
And has a solid gold jet, which is true, by the way.
How does that thing even take off?
I don't know. The weight alone should keep it grounded. It's like the spruce goose, that thing.
Now, the spruce goose made out of wood, right?
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Now, did it ever fly?
Flew once and they never tried it again.
Yeah. Just gigantic, this thing.
Yeah.
The Howard Hughes plane.
They said it was bigger than a mall.
Who needs a flying mall?
Me.
I'll be at the Gap. Let me know when we're landing. Thank you.
All right, Sheepy wrote in and he said, Fez, maybe your mother needs a flying mall.
That's just mean, Sheepy. It's mean and I don't even get it. But I can tell it's mean. What happened to Sheepy? Why turn so angry? Why turn against us?
Where the hell is he?
I bet you I would bring Al Dukes in for a Rory update. Now, you know Rory went up to the roof, right?
Yes, I do.
And we haven't heard from her. Did you give him a cell phone to go up to the roof with?
No, I thought he had his, and as I dialed him, I heard it ringing in the production room.
You go up now with him.
All right. You guys sit on the roof till you figure out that you need some sort of communications device in the radio broadcasting business.
Yeah, I don't know why he left it down here. That doesn't make sense.
You're still here, Al.
Oh, I'm going to
I need you to go up there and get him. And Ronnie, as I look, Al Dukes, past the lockers, out the door, into the lobby, out the other door. Did not take a cell phone with him either.
What a maroon.
Oh, and look who we passed in the hallway.
Roy, what's the story?
Are the lights on? The Tower of Lights?
They're on. A little dim, but they're on.
It doesn't look so good?
No, it looks great.
I can't understand you. You're breathing.
Speak English.
This may not be the best night to go see it. It's really cloudy out. You can see them, but they're very faint, though.
It's you still get the same
effect.
Yes, thank you. You still get the same effect.
All right, Wonder Boy, did you run up there with him?
Yes, I did.
And you're having no problem breathing.
Wonder Boy, you look like you just walked in from the next room.
Thanks, Fez. You look great yourself. I'm straight edge, so I figured that was my advantage.
Oh, I love it.
He was just complaining about his legs, though. He's saying his legs hurt.
Athlete. Look at
My legs do hurt a little bit, but I'm
Plus,
still
you're
out
wearing
of
that
breath.
little fruity soccer shirt.
Thanks.
So what do you do? Yeah, you're like in shape or something? What's your dealio?
Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know why I'm not as bad as Rory is.
Because I just ran from the 10th floor down here as quickly as possible. He took his time.
Maybe that's what it was.
You just came in. You just walked in the door together.
Sheepy says, why didn't you take your gold jetpack?
I left it at home.
Wow, that Sheepy's mean.
Then he writes you Long Island fruit.
Wow, he's just
What is
mean.
wrong with that kid?
I don't know.
He is an angry young man.
Yeah.
Next time I see him, though,
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to take care of him.
Ew.
Show how much he loves sheep.
Oh, yeah, he says, yeah, you'll take care of him. Put your bone in this can.
Oh, Rory. Man.
He's got a big mouth.
He backs it up. I'll tell you that
We'll
much.
see.
Yeah, he does. Say, Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Chris. I want to say what's up to Frenchie.
Hi,
right
Chris.
here.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, what's up, Frenchie?
How are you tonight?
I'm all right. I'm from Long Island. Maybe you want to get together?
Long Island?
Sure,
Yeah.
she will.
Yeah, sure.
Strong Island over here.
There you go.
He sounds great.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you this. How do you eat your steak? How do you like
well
your...
done.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
That's a waste.
Like it rare?
Yeah, it's a waste of good meat. I'm sorry, Chris.
Yes.
I appreciate you calling,
Sorry,
though.
just not the guy.
Eat a hamburger if you're going to get it well done.
Why not eat a shoe if you're going to get it well done?
That's a beef jerky.
Hey, you want to go see the light or not?
Yeah, I do want to go see the lights.
I don't know. I'm kind of weirded out by, what's his name saying we shouldn't? Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy, what does he know?
He's a fruity soccer shirt on.
Sheepy writes in more like Blunder Boy.
Good one, Sheepy.
That Sheepy's hysterical.
He can nail some people.
Nobody funnier than Sheepy. He's past IKEA Boy.
That keyboard in his hands is a deadly weapon.
Oh, yeah. He just wrote in, you know what Fez has in his hands?
What?
His junk.
Oh, Sheepy!
That Sheepy is so funny.
That is uncalled for, Sheepy. Darn sheep lover. He got me again. He got me again.
All right, Fezzy. All right, I have a body. You're going to get to hear a Fezzatorial Plus. What Rory Hampton's promised us is very, very funny. 6 minutes and 40 seconds of us busting Al's balls.
All right.
With producer Hill.
I'm sure you'll love it.
Hold on. Here is Sal. Sal, you run and Fez?
Hey, Sal.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
What can we do for you, Sal?
Well, Frenchie's voice kind of got my attention.
Oh, you like Frenchie, do you? What do you do for a living?
I'm a chef.
Wow, finally a guy who enjoys the beef and a decent thing. Hey, what kind of sports do you like?
What kind of sports?
Yeah, what's your favorite sport? Your one favorite sport?
Baseball.
Sorry, she likes soccer. Appreciate it, Sal.
Darn.
Sorry, Sal.
Sorry.
That's awful. It's too bad because the guy that Frenchie's seeing now, frankly,
yeah,
a dick.
Thanks for looking out for
a
me,
dick.
guys.
Sure.
Yeah. I need to find someone, though. That's not
You
such
do.
a dick. Yeah.
You do. You deserve better. I know that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fuzzy.
What about Sheepy? He'd be perfect for you.
Yeah.
I tried to give him a hug, and he was scared of me.
He likes
So now
soccer and rare meats. And by rare, I mean like ostrich, emo.
I collect rare meats.
That sort of thing.
All right, Fez and I are going to go look at the lights, but you folks, what you're going to see tonight.
Yeah, you stay by your radios.
What you're going to hear, you'll love.
You people don't go anywhere.
Fezzy's got a Fezzatorial where he takes on the National Hockey League.
I do not.
Whatever.
It's about the new charges against Jason Williams.
Oh, if not, the Osbournes are on, so just go watch them.
Oh, yeah. Just have a big-ass simulcast with yourself.
Hey, Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Rob.
Hey.
Yeah.
I want to date Frenchie.
Oh, great. We're trying to find her somebody.
Yeah.
What kind of car do you drive?
I'm in a Toyota Camry right now.
Oh, sorry.
Too
Should have been an Avalon.
Too bad.
She only likes guys in an SUV.
Yep.
Yeah, that's her thing. Beige SUVs.
That's it. No. Sorry.
Hey,
it's too bad, too.
Yeah, it's too bad. Hey,
Because of the
Nikki.
dick she's dating.
Nikki, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Nikki.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys want to give me a date with Frenchie?
Yeah, we'd love to. We're trying to find her somebody. Hey, what's your favorite movie of all time?
My favorite movie of all time?
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge.
Oh, sorry.
You know, I gotta get in with
She likes Goodfellas. Sorry.
She does.
She thought Moulin Rouge was pretentious and just weird.
He sounded nice.
Yeah, he sounded great, but he likes the wrong movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we want the perfect guy for our French bread pizza.
Thank you.
All right. We got to go, but, such great stuff coming up, folks.
Oh, yeah. Sit back and enjoy.
Yeah. We're on a Fez.
We'll be back tomorrow at 7, right after Opie and Anthony.
Ron and Fez. 102.7 WNEW.